program. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Vader and Joy Carrico here on a Friday edition of the program. Thank God for another beautiful day. Hopefully it'll be a beautiful show with these two gentlemen here. And Montgomery needs a new mayor. And on that note, y'all know how Susan from Pratt Vegas has been sending me stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, she sent me a new thing.
What'd you get?
Well, first let's start with the letters here.
All right.
Like this thing contained the whole thing.
That's awesome.
At first, the first letter here that I'm opening up, thank you for this, Susan, is addressed to me. Hi, Joey. It's from the heart again, writing once again in support of the portion of your show, Montgomery Needs a New Mayor. Please find the following: a letter to the mayor and more artwork. It's another fan for our summertime enjoyment. Now, we have the old fan there, if you could hold it up to the camera.
If we get one more, we could all have a fan. We could fan ourselves. That would be great.
And that is, that fan says it's a stop sign, and it has a donkey, which the donkey's caboose is in the foreground.
Yes, that
looking
was
over its
intentional.
shoulder and says,
Intentional.
being such an ass.
Nah.
Right. And so, okay, she's done a new one here.
What you get now?
I mean, I really like her artwork, by the way.
She's
This
very
is this is addressed to the mayor from Susan.
Okay.
okay.
Dear Mary, although I've walked many more miles in life, I have to admit there were some lessons that took me a long time to learn. So as mayor of our capital city, stop is in all caps and underlined, stop and consider why you've taken the road you've chosen. For the Lord uses conscience as a searchlight, exposing our true motives behind our actions. Seek common ground with those offering a true helping hand before it's too late. The following recommendations are urgently needed. Number 1, roll out a pilot program, approximately 90 days, consisting of upwards of 100 police academy recruits under the supervision of retired Lieutenant Steve, a.k.a. Simpler Days. Number 2, reconsider your advisory group and or mentors. Even our Lord separated the goats from the sheep.
Yes.
And number 3, wisdom begins with the renewing of the mind. So say a prayer for the success of the above. My final comment is when our pride steps aside, endless opportunities open up. Signing off for now, from the heart, Susan from Prattville,
awesome.
Alabama.
Outstanding.
And so she has enclosed another fan. This one's even bigger.
Oh,
It is also a stop sign.
well, it is getting hotter.
It is getting hot.
It is getting hot.
Yeah. Like
Step up to
Oh,
that.
wow. That's a double.
yeah, and so again, it's a stop sign, and I'm looking at it, it says wasting time, and there's a person with the brain, and there's a light bulb, and the light bulb it says think.
Ooh.
It says think, and then underneath that, in a beautiful typeset, or I guess handwriting, it matters. Think it matters.
Well, this is true.
No, these are good reminders, not just for the mayor, but for all of us. I
agree.
I think I agree.
Like, stop being such an ass, and stop wasting time, and think it matters. You want this one? Yeah, I'll let you have.
You know
this
what?
one.
And I
I'm
can't-
feeling generous today.
Well, think if I said just.
Well, he's
You
had a
know,
large
this
fan
okay,
right
but
next to
Here,
him.
you want this one? I'll take that.
I got the one I kind of like.
You like the little one?
Yeah, I
like
kind
it,
of resemble this one a little, just a
and
little
me,
bit here, so I'm good with it.
I'm more of a man of action, but I do think from time to time about what I'm going to do before I do some ass kicking violence. So you know what I'm saying. But listen, I want to tell you, I think this is interesting. She is partnered with you on your platform about what's going on. I think that's
100%.
awesome.
Yeah, hold up to your camera again. That's
I can't help but think that she's an Ohio State fan. That looks like a
Oh,
Bronco to
now,
me.
come on. I wouldn't do
I'm
that.
joking. We love you, Susan.
Oh,
Lord, this flower's wilting.
oh well. There's all sorts of things we could jump into, but there's a story that we mentioned yesterday that we didn't get into the details, but we were kind of left guessing just based on the headline. So it is, of course, it's a New York Post story, so you know it's going to be stupid. So here's the headline: how much we fart in a day, according to science, and which age group is the gassiest. Now, before we read this and find out, any guesses?
How
Eddie
much
and
we
I
fart
were-
a day?
how much we fart a day and which
Well, how are we
age
measuring it?
group.
Like how many times, and how do you measure times? I mean,
What, you want to measure by volume?
That's what I'm saying. Do you do decibel? Do you do
Maybe it's when you
pounds per
break
square
wind.
inch?
When you break wind, okay? Not just a squeaker, but when you break wind.
Yeah, we
okay?
need multivariate metrics on this thing. We need decimal
Yeah,
level. Yeah.
I mean,
decibel
which way?
level.
Where are we measuring?
Remember, this is a New York Post story, so we're not going to have a lot of science involved.
Right.
Yeah. No, can you measure stench?
Oh yes.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there like an olfactory?
Yes.
Oh
standard?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So sound, smell,
Duration. Like if it's a
Well, that's
healthy.
another. That's another. See how do you count that?
Sight.
That could be 3, 4.
sight.
Who knows?
What if it moves you? Like if you're sitting down and you
Is it moved because you think something else happened, or,
or
is that
you
moved
just adjust.
It's like that old Adam Sandler comedy sketch when he goes with Kevin, I think Kevin Nealon, where he's like the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
You remember? And he's like,
Just ignore that.
and he goes, "No,
Ignore
that was a secretary. That time that was you."
Ignore that.
Sorry.
I loved it. I absolutely love that.
So I think this is just number.
Okay.
They're just counting
How numbers a day?
how many times a day.
I don't know how many times a day. I think everybody's different, aren't they? Depending on diet. Because my buddy Timmy,
does depend
he
on
used to work out,
diet.
and that dude used to bust gas like
Yeah.
nobody's business.
Yeah.
And then, chicks don't even do it at all.
I'll
so-
admit it's not until like usually early morning, late in the evening. What are you looking for?
Paper towel.
Yeah, I need a paper towel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Wait a minute. Early morning. What are you getting at? What are you talking about? I'm like, I don't even know that much about your business.
Yeah.
You're 2 times a year for Millbrook, twice a day Millbrook kind of guy. They did not know that, but I really didn't need to know.
Actually, it's more once a day for that.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I figured. With your diet.
Just saying after you eat a lot, to your point about diet.
Okay.
Like right now, I have a no farting policy here in the studio because look at this.
I mean,
place. We
we're,
don't have
we're in
good
close
circulation.
quarters, guys. We're in close quarters.
let's
It's
be
like
honest.
a submarine. in
That
here.
thing has been, that policy has been broken so many times.
This is why I appreciate him getting all that Arab perfume. Seriously, we need it.
Maybe it was subconscious in my thing. That's like,
come
good
in a
Lord, it
filter?
smells like a gym locker room or a submarine.
Did
in
that come in
here.
a filter we could put in the AC?
Actually, be good. Instead of attic.
So
Attic
I
muscle.
had a friend in the army, and if you've ever been in a porta potty in the desert,
Love it,
no,
baby.
no, with hundreds of soldiers,
You waving the door.
Listen, man, it's like, Joey, he said, when I walk into a place, whether it's a truck stop bathroom, I always breathe through my nose so I can smell rather than,
Yeah, you don't want
Hey,
to taste. Don't want to taste.
and it's like, my goodness, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut. Yeah, it's kind of like when you jump out of an airplane. Don't just have your mouth wide open.
Don't have your mouth wide open.
That's a good policy for most.
That is
people,
a
I
good
Don't
policy.
cross your legs when you land.
So okay, it's they're counting how many a day, and they're counting which, based on that metric, which age group farts the most. So they've solved the problem. The scientists have this year. Researchers at the University of Maryland,
Okay.
Maryland,
Maryland College Park. Yeah.
created smart underwear, a small device.
Don't seem so smart to me.
A small device. Yeah. No, I thought this. Sorry,
what else can they do?
Sorry, I read that wrong. It's not the University of Maryland. It's the University of Beavis and Butthead.
Exactly.
They created smart underwear, a small device that snaps onto underwear and sensors track farts automatically. So we have an automatic fart
Just have a
tracker.
dog with you. Dog does the same thing.
The dog can.
Sometimes
dog will
you
tell
can
on you in
blame
a
the
minute,
dog.
man.
You can blame the dog there
Yeah.
too occasionally.
Occasionally you have to.
There was also the option to insert something into the bum to measure gas getting built up. The problem there is people often hold it to release in a more socially acceptable place.
All right.
What? No, for science, you're putting stuff up your butt.
It was for
I
science.
feel like
much
it's
are
the
these
first time for science.
It's for
something's been
science.
It
shoved
better
up
not
my
be for free. How much are these people getting paid?
Could you imagine the ad for that though, Joey? It's like we need 12 volunteers that will take probes up the butt.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like we're giving $20 a day. It's like, well, how many times a day do heroin addicts fart?
That's right.
This is true.
Anyway, there
None because
was,
they don't eat anything.
Right.
So an Australian team came up with a solution. They call it Chart Your Fart.
Wonderful.
Okay.
They gave participants a smartphone app where they could log their toots as soon after it's released as possible.
Okay.
The app was designed, so we're doing self-reporting of farts. I don't know if that's,
This is a government funded study. Isn't it?
yeah. Again, like you think I'm just making this up,
I
and
don't
like
think you
this
are.
is like what? This show used to be serious. When were we serious?
Back when Jack was here.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anyway, the app was designed to be discreet, so everyone around participants wouldn't be clued in to their flatulence.
Unless it smelled.
All sorts of people joined the study from ages 14 and up. The only people who weren't considered were those who recently made a major diet change, which could cause abnormal farting.
Well, I would assume like if you have a trash diet anyway, you're going to have some bad gas. But like I said, my buddy Timmy, he was a workout nut. This is awful.
Oh,
Because he was
protein?
doing a lot of
Yeah,
protein, dude. He was
protein,
taking
baby.
that soy protein.
Oh,
It's got tear in his stomach.
awful.
Or the whey.
Oh, yeah.
Tore everybody's nose up. I don't know
How
about
do
his
I
stomach.
feel now?
Yeah, no, it's the gym is notorious for
It's
noxious.
a fart
I can
chamber. dude.
imagine.
It's a fart chamber.
Yeah,
dude.
heated fart chamber at that.
Yeah.
Polish gas chamber, if you will.
Oh my.
That's a different type.
Oh my.
That's Zyklon B. That's a little different.
What, you going for the Groypers?
Just remember that.
Hey. On average, people fart 5 times a day.
Okay.
The study showed.
On average.
Way average.
He's like, lightweight.
That's like by 9 a.m.
Are you scoring this like golf scores
Well, I
or
mean,
like,
just
you
by
know?
9 a.m. 5 times, those are liars. Those are they're women and they're lying. There ain't no way a man farts 5 times a day.
This isn't a competition.
I know, but it's supposed to be
In the
honest.
last 10 minutes, he's farted twice.
That's what I don't understand. What? No one else?
Well, why do you think I'm making trouble so much?
You're over there.
It's a lie.
So on average, people fart 5 times a day. The study showed the median, meaning the middle number of a
right.
graph, was slightly lower at 3.8
They are
farts a
such
day.
liars.
How can you have an 8, like a tenth of a fart?
That's way low.
Okay, do they
Yeah,
not
it's
walk
a fractional-
downstairs?
It's called a fractional fart.
Right,
It's like
fractional
a
fart, right.
Like that. Like
Do
it
they
didn't
not
get
walk
full.
downstairs? Do they not pick up heavy furniture once in a while? I mean, come on. Yeah, those are things that trigger
Yeah, oh, yeah, I know. Any straining. Right, I get it.
as you get older.
So like doing
Right,
deep
I'm-
squats too.
I'm not that young.
Well, okay, and you just said the gym, one big gas chamber. You telling me those people only fart 5 times a day on average?
Well, one of theirs counts 5. Like, that's the problem. Anyway, the median was 3.8 a day, which means there was a subset of very gassy people driving up the average. So that's the thing. There's an
Who's the
average.
violator of this sample population? Me.
And this is,
Apparently I am.
and by the way, you mentioned you called out women in your usual fashion. This is true across the demographic.
And you're so-
I'm sorry. This is true across demographics, men, women, young and old.
Yes.
A few folks pass gas significantly more than the rest in the group,
Of course.
making the average at least 1 higher a day than the median. Fascinating statistics. A vast majority, 79.3%, recorded between 2 and 7 farts a day.
Those are amateur numbers.
Maybe you're the one bringing up the
I
average.
guess
Eddie.
so, man.
Maybe your
Go back to
O-ring
the
is
doctor.
maybe your O-ring is loose, dude.
No, still watertight. We're good.
Men recorded more farts than women, 5.2 versus 4.8 a day on average.
Oh man.
The youngest ages, 14 to 25, recorded the least farts at
Yeah.
4.4 on average, which makes a lot of sense.
How
That is
young were they doing this sample population?
all the way 14 to 25.
So they weren't
It was
doing
that
below
cohort.
14. Because let me tell you something. We stayed at an Airbnb.
Yeah.
And no, listen to this. This is, I swear to you, and I found it interesting. I couldn't stop going in to explore it. There was a little bedroom in the bottom of this 3-level house up in Banner Elk, in North Carolina.
love Banner Elk.
And it was like had 3 bunk beds. It smelled of kids' farts like they had been just sitting in there
Probably a
rubbing their
diaper
butt on
in there,
the floor.
yeah. Probably a
And I was
diaper
like,
in
my
there.
God,
Well, I
Robbie, come
remember
here,
that.
smell
You
this.
said you
And
kept
she's like,
going
my
in to
God, no.
investigate?
See, but that might just be kids. Like, I remember working at Fun Zones.
They're gassy.
Kids just,
They're
it's not
gassy,
even a
dude.
gassy thing.
No,
they
they-
just smell.
They do smell, but kids are gassy.
dirty,
even,
too.
even girls, they'll fart up until they're like 12, and then all of a sudden they.
By the way, we're halfway through this, and this very important study, and I'm starting to think it's a bunch of crap.
No,
Really? Is there a pile at the end here?
Yeah, because look at this. Because they said in the headline which age group farts the most. They said ages 26 to 45 farted the most, was slightly more than 5 a day, but the next group, 46 to 65, was close at exactly 5 a day.
No.
Researchers said they didn't get enough data from folks ages 65 and up.
Because
Yeah.
it's just one constant fart.
Because that would have just been a hockey stick on the
totally.
ground.
I mean, that's a constant fart. They don't even hold it back
It
anymore.
helps them stand up.
They don't think they can hear it, so they assume nobody else can hear it. Their hearing is demented. Bad.
My dad said never trust a fart when you get older.
After, I'd say about 35. Yeah.
It's good advice.
I'm good about twice a year for that.
Is there a certain age you start bringing an extra pair of underwear?
I'm not there yet, but
No, why? You can go commando.
You could.
I always go commando. What am I going to do if I already am doing commando?
You can
Got
tell
a dirty
he
butt.
crapped his pants. He'll be naked.
Dirty butt.
Yeah, that's say you're not an extra pair of underwear and pants.
Yeah.
Like, something you're not wearing at all. Goodness gracious! But apparently, so they didn't get 65 and up. They can get up there.
I don't see
That's
how.
ridiculous.
Come on, man.
That's obviously the group.
That's
That's
it.
women and men.
This
They
is
both just let it
this
rip,
is
man.
statistically insignificant
Yeah,
study. I'm
I think
sorry,
they ripped
but
the
it
government
is.
off for some money.
Researchers found when farts happen during the day, they gradually increase until a peak in the evening after dinner, which makes a lot of sense. There are small spikes at 6 to 8 a.m., like I'm saying.
You get up.
After lunch at 2 to 4 p.m., but I don't usually ever eat lunch. And the last big one from 8 to 10 p.m. Yeah, that is the hour.
Oh, okay. So nobody farts in their sleep.
No, that's the hour. Well, can the
That's-
underwear
that's when
track?
women, no, that's when women can do it, and they pretend they're asleep, so it really didn't happen.
That's where the Dutch oven occurs.
Thank you.
This largely correlates when people are taking in energy and fiber through food. Farts follow after an hour or so. This study shows the average farts a day are much lower than previous research. Some said 14 to 23.
Yeah.
While the smart underwear device detected people farting from 4 to 59 times a day. That's more real? 59?
I wonder who the outlier was.
Eddie's, we're getting a lot of phone calls rolling in today, by the way, 272-9228. While this is explained in part by the nature of the Australian study. You have to be awake to log your toots in the app, so it misses all, to your point, Eddie, nighttime
Of course, I
flatulence.
was going to say that's when it occurs a lot.
Passing gas is a necessary part of the body's normal functioning, but farting too much could be a sign something's wrong, not something to be proud of.
Your O-rings are loose, like I said.
Well, that's why researchers emphasize the need for more baseline data on what quote unquote normal farting habits look like. For example, farting too much could be a sign you're sensitive to a particular type of food like milk, lactose,
Right.
or gluten. Other conditions from diabetes to hypothyroidism could cause excess gas. It could also be irritable bowel disease or bacterial overgrowth in the small intestine. Again, farting is normal, though habits can change farting. Smoking, chewing gum, and carbonated drinks introduce more air to the gut, producing more farts. Higher fiber foods like beans.
There you go.
Obviously. Lentils, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts.
Broccoli, yeah, that's what Tim used to eat. Broccoli, that health nut. Yeah.
Cruciferous.
that-
we like
that just-
cruciferous vegetables.
That fragrance has just returned. That was definitely broccoli.
It's like asparagus. Your pee stinks.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
care what anybody tells you.
I tell people that all the time. They don't
They
believe
don't
me. Then the
believe-
next day, they'll
no,
call
no.
me back and go,
You
you're
want
right.
to know the underlying function of why things like beans, lentils, broccoli, and Brussels sprouts cause this?
It's harder to break down.
By fermenting in the colon.
Oh, that's even better. That's
And that
rich.
is the last sentence of this report.
You really?
Yeah.
Hey, kind of sticks in your crawl.
Any
doesn't it?
comments?
Kind of sticks in your crawl, Eddie.
Now, sometimes I feel slightly embarrassed. I hesitate a bit to tell people what I do
Yeah.
for a job.
Oh.
Like,
You chose us. It didn't you chose us.
right, no, but it's
was your
one
lead
thing
off.
for me to read about the fart research.
Yeah.
Another to
But
share
it's
it.
another thing if people ask, well, what do you do? I'm a researcher. Like, what are you
social scientist.
what are you researching of late?
Fart.
I've created underwear to track people's farts. And it's like,
But who wouldn't find that fascinating? Honestly.
Did you see the Japanese had smart underwear about how many times you get your pecker out because it's like a chastity belt thing. Very
Oh
important
my
pay attention.
God.
I'm not joking. It's Japanese. You know the Japanese are weird.
they
like
are
that.
weird. They're, I think, the most repressed society.
Used
But at the
underwear
same
vending
time, they're
machines. I
open
love it.
pornography.
Well, that
That's
makes
what's so
sense.
crazy to me.
But that
The-
makes sense,
the-
Eddie. If you're
How
not
come?
actually engaged in like the real thing in real life, that energy's got to go somewhere.
Used underwear vending machines. I saw them. How
vending
can I
machines
verify
would-
the veracity of that statement?
I
How do I
just
know
don't
these
get
are
it
used?
because they seem so
they're sustaining them.
reserved society. But I've seen the
But
underbelly.
let's
and it's
rein it
not
in. I
reserved at
really
all.
don't want to talk about Japanese pornography habits right after we do the fart study. We can only go so far with
What
the
about
show.
the soapy stores at the Japanese?
What?
The soapy stores where they wash it.
Yeah, they said
Wow.
Suds stores. That's it.
Sud store. Yeah.
That's like a human
I mean,
car
you
wash.
clean, yeah.
All I care about is their anime. I want Jujutsu Kaisen now.
272-928. Let's go to Simpler Days. Hey, Simpler Days, how you doing?
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hello, sir.
Just think how much energy we could capture if we could capture all those thoughts.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
We could do that with cows now, can't we?
that's that methane thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta share this with you. Mayor Farmer used to love to come to roll call and catch the recruits right out of the academy, and he would do inspection, and they'd be shaking in their boots, and he'd ask them questions about what their pay grade was or what the councilman's district was, and he'd try to catch one and get them pass out on him. But we were standing there one day, and I was standing beside a sergeant, and we were watching him go down the ranks, and he'd ask them about their weapon, and he'd ask them, different questions about their weapon and their ammunition, and then he'd ask, let me see your weapon, see if it's clean, and they'd stick it out there for him, and he'd grab a hold of it and look down the barrel, and he'd say, oh, there's a damn China berry down there. But one day he was walking down the ranks, and this guy, we knew he was going to do this. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. And he decides to break wind about the time the mayor passes him heading down the rank there.
But you knew he was going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
He's a known farter.
Yeah. Nervous
No,
farter.
he's an habitual farter. And the mayor used to have the cigars in his mouth. He'd be
Yep.
chewing on that cigar, and he stops, and he pulls the cigar out of his mouth. He says, "My God, man, I can taste that on my damn cigar. What in the hell did you eat for lunch?" And we're all about to die laughing, man. And the poor rookie's his knees are knocking together. And he just knew he was fired for farting on Mayor Faulkner.
Yes.
That's a great
Good
reason to be
stories from
fired, though.
Just stories from the crypt there.
Love it. I love it.
Hey, did you happen to see the wreck that occurred on the bypass there?
I did not know.
Oh, you ought to check it out. This guy must have been running 100 miles an hour, broad open daylight, middle of the day. Boys have been drag racing for years, but usually, they used to find a
Yep.
secluded area.
Country road. Yep.
Oh, yeah. And they want to get caught, but that was long before street racing. And, of course,
Yep.
now some cities are impounding the vehicle and selling them if they catch them street racing. That's one way to break them. But
Yep.
this guy must have been running over 100 miles an hour on the boulevard in Montgomery. He hit a vehicle and tore it half in two, split the vehicle half in two. That's what happens when you don't have any traffic enforcement.
Yep.
That's what happens when they don't fear
Consequence.
the repercussions of doing
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good weekend.
You
Thank
too, brother.
Simpler Days. Let's go to Donkey Lori. Hey, Donkey Lori, how you doing?
Hey guys,
Hey.
I just want to tell you, y'all have had me chuckling from the get-go. And Cody, when you get to the end of your show and you go, "So fellas, what have we learned today?" I already have it playing in my head. Troy goes commando.
I
We
do.
have found something that Eddie is definitely above average. The gym is not a safe place if you have a sensitive snot.
Correct.
And I just wanted to add this. I have a brother, I'm the oldest of four. But I got a brother who's like 18 months younger than me. And he just turned 57, and one of his claims to fame is me sitting in the living room as a kid on the carpeted floor watching TV, and him running through and stopping and farting on my
Crop
head.
dusting her.
Crop
Crop dusting
do
her.
that.
Saying,
Crop
if you
dusting
have
you.
a sibling or siblings and you've never been farted on by your sibling, you have not lived. You know what I'm saying?
Amen.
I don't know if this is child abuse as it was the 70s.
Those are
but
great
my dad
numbers.
used to fart on me.
Child abuse.
Those are
Yeah.
great
My dad would fart on me. That's why I
Well,
learned
that
the
is child abuse.
And I just want to say, in the spirit of that, Joey, Joey, you're not an only child. You have a brother.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes, he does.
Oh,
I've
did
seen
you
it.
ever get farted on
Oh,
by your
absolutely,
brother?
absolutely.
Dusted.
I feel like
well, I
you were the
was
one
just gonna say,
farted
if
on,
you
not the
missed the
fart her.
experience-
Yeah, no, I wasn't the farter.
That's fine.
Right.
Hey, Lori, pull my finger.
Exactly. How did you learn these games?
Right? No, and the other one my brother would do would be like, "Hey, smell my finger," and he'd stick it right up underneath the,
Oh no.
you know,
Oh,
Gave you
God.
a stink finger,
their
man.
finger down the back of their pants, hold stink finger. Yeah.
Your brother's a great man.
Well,
Oh, that got Eddie.
I'm glad you.
I thought that was a
realize
Holly
that-
Gardens only thing. Apparently it was not.
And you didn't miss the experience, because if you'd missed the experience of being farted on by your sibling, I think you got two willing and able bodies right next to you. That would.
No, I have
I'd
a
be happy
memory
to.
where it was my brother, but like my dad was like just saying goodnight to me, and I must have been young enough to where he's saying goodnight to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like he normal goodnight, sleep tight, and like right before he shuts out the light and goes, "Brrr," and then shuts the door.
Yes.
I'm like, my God.
That's how your dad loves you.
And your dad,
I love you, man.
your dad goes, "That was a Montgomery County barking spider."
Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, Donkey Lord. See you, honey.
Let's go. This is on 2.
Yeah, Fritz said he's for Joey.
Hey, Fritz. How you doing?
Hey, Joey. This is Fritz with Where's JoJo the Pink Bus?
Oh, beautiful. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Hey, listen, I'm glad I got to chime in on your fart episode here, and I got a quick question for you.
Okay.
All right, as a newly appointed fart expert that you are, what scent spray would you recommend to JoJo and I in the Where's JoJo the Pink Bus for 31 straight days
Okay.
in October for our breast cancer awareness trip? What scent?
Ironically, Fritz, I have seen they have potpourri spray now.
Yeah, that stuff's good.
Poopery.
Yeah, potpourri,
That
exactly
stuff's good.
right.
That's very
It
effective.
really does work. Wow.
Okay, well, good.
But I don't know
I
of a
knew I
particular
called the
flavor
right
because
number.
it's just going to be. Is
But
it
by the
grape
way,
poop,
I
or
can
is it
tell you
rose poop?
100% what not to do with anything that stinks.
Okay.
Do not spray anything that has oud wood in it.
Really?
Ooh,
Why is that, Joey?
It's
that
awful.
enhances the spread.
Yeah, it's like let's
Cranks
add,
it up 1,000.
let's add a dead
Ooh,
raccoon.
that's a good one.
I would slather myself up in diesel. It smells like
A
victory.
diesel. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. I'll have to get that when I'm around my brothers so I can win the fart game.
For I got to hit a break here, but let's talk about the pink bus.
Yes.
And what y'all are doing.
Yeah, we're actually having a paint party with Collision Clinic this weekend. On Saturday, sanding it, painting it on Sunday, and we got our bus reveal at 11 a.m. at Collision Clinic on Atlanta Highway.
Cool.
And we're going to pull the bus out, let everybody get a picture of it and see it, and hope you can come.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
And folks want to say, like, look at y'all on Facebook and just follow along with everything that's going on. I guess it's just, Where's JoJo the Pink Bus?
Yep, that's Where's JoJo the Pink Bus. If you will, follow us along. We're trying to hit 500 followers, which
Okay.
I think we have about 99 left to go by JoJo's birthday on Monday, which is also the paint reveal party. So if you could help us out there, Joey, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely, folks. Y'all go give it a like and stop by for the paint party. If y'all would like, and I think it's
Absolutely.
I don't know, it's a great idea, man.
Me
It's a
Thank you.
beautiful spirit, and I'll be praying for y'all too.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, man. Keep up the good work.
God bless. That's pretty cool. Y'all follow him, and
Yeah.
very tragic to get that sort of diagnosis, but then to respond and with that spirit, beautiful,
That's beautiful.
beautiful. Anyway, we got to hit this break, and appropriately,
I
this,
got to go to the bathroom.
this part of the program brought to you by Montgomery Men's Health.
Oh, yeah.
And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. If you're a man and you don't feel like a man,
Mm-hmm.
like you lack confidence, and that's not just a euphemism for you can't get anything done in the bedroom, though that is can be a big problem. It could be confidence across the board in life. Like you've been working a job for 10, 20 years, and now you're second guessing yourself on stuff you just used to do
Right.
without even thinking. Maybe like it's handyman stuff around the house, like just things fixed, or it's just any sort of physical operations. You have no motivation. You have, I don't know. You're like, you don't feel good. You're like, what is wrong with me? What's happening to me? Well, it could very well be low testosterone. And they're at Montgomery Men's Health. They're ready to help you out. And now, especially after RFK Jr. hit the scene and stuff, people have been talking a lot about low T. And so you're seeing all these like pop-up places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There and internet, like
internet stuff.
a lot of them scams.
Yep.
Montgomery Men's Health's been doing this for 15 years, helping men with low testosterone and things like ED for 15 years here in Montgomery and the surrounding areas. So, gentlemen, get on by. It's a $99 testosterone test. It's just a quick blood draw. They can get your numbers in about an hour. And if you do have low T, they have a whole menu of treatment options, depending on where you are in life and what your budget is and all these sorts of things. They can really help you out. So check them out today. You can always call and make an appointment at 440-3663. That's 440-3663. Or book online at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's Montgomery Men's Health for every man in every season of life.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings 6 till 9 and afternoons 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 special. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
From weddings and concerts to cookouts and construction sites, TT Porta Toilets has been serving Central Alabama for over 30 years. Whether you need standard portable toilets with wash stations or upscale restroom trailers for special events, the Tierce family has the right solution for every occasion. So when you're planning your next big event or project, make it easy on yourself. Call 285-5513 or visit ttportatoilet.com. TT Porta Toilets. Clean, convenient, dependable.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Wall Street managed some gains in today's early going, while oil prices retreated for the first time in a week. This even as fighting in the Mideast threatens to slow the global flow of oil and gas. The U.S. is imposing tariffs of 10% to 12.5% on imports from 60 trading partners, accounting for 99% of U.S. imports. The Trump administration says those countries failed to fully enforce bans on goods produced by forced labor. After hitting $102 per barrel a day earlier, Brent crude fell $3.02 to $97.67 per barrel. U.S. benchmark crude slipped $2.43 to $89.76 per barrel. Even with today's declines, both standards are up more than 10% this week. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Earnest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Earnest, 334-279-7431. Earnest Financial, LLC.
Hi, everybody. It's another summertime sizzler today with a sun and cloud mix. Hot and humid with highs up to about 93, but that heat index getting close to the danger range. We'll say 102 to 105 today with scattered random, mostly afternoon and evening showers and storms. Tonight, slow down to about 75. Then for tomorrow and Sunday, really more of the same with the highs in the low to mid-90s both days, triple digits on the heat index, and somewhat elevated rain chances both days, meaning there'll be more showers and storms around, but still random. Not every town gets wet. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
News and talk without the static. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
I'm a better looking person than Kamala.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark. Eddie Vader, Troy Carrico here in the studio. Shorter segment here, so let's check in on Coach Tuberville.
Okay.
And he is going to be the next governor,
Oh, yeah.
unless something insane happens.
Right.
Right, nothing like that happens. I think he is clearly going to be the next governor.
Give you that.
And one thing I have to say I'm a little proud of is it's been a while, but he joined me on the stream when they first started doing video stuff in the Senate office. And they were asking me, like, how's this look? I'm like, you should probably make the shot a little tighter. So especially if it's like a split screen sort of thing, it's a little far, you're a little far away, and make it tighter. And now they've made it tighter, and he's on huge shows with millions of views like Benny Johnson. So I played my part. You're welcome, Coach. But this is Coach Tuberville being asked by Benny Johnson about Mondami and all the socialism stuff. Let's listen in. I wonder what Coach is going to say about this.
Why isn't he denaturalized, deported, and maybe even sent to Gitmo? The reason I ask that is because you can see last week he tried to meet with the Iranians while they're killing American service members. This week he is attempting to arrest Benjamin Netanyahu. He's like a mayor of an American city. He's not some type of warlord Muslim dictator. Okay. I know that's like normal where he comes from, but it's not like normal in this country.
Hold on. You know how sometimes like what you put in is going to affect what you get out?
Garbage in, garbage out.
But it's in this case, I don't know if you could describe it as garbage you want, but no, this is like, I want the most primed red meat thing to come out of Coach Tuberville's mouth. Like, and like, listen to Benny Johnson, like just throwing it down there. Like,
and then he lied on his immigration form, like his naturalization form. Like the American law says you can't naturalize communists. Like it's like very clear about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the guy's a thug. And, he came here 8 years ago. That's when I started running for this position. It's amazing to me. We allow a guy to come in this country just a few years ago, lie about everything about being on his papers to get into this country. And for some reason, we have enough people in New York that would vote for this guy to run the largest and the most popular city in the world. It just goes to show you how close we are to losing our country. And he will, sooner or later, he will do something more stupid than what he's done to where we'll finally say enough's enough, go put the handcuffs on him and get him the hell out of here and send him to Gitmo, because the guy hates this country. He wants to change it, and it's not going to happen. It is not going to happen. We're not going to allow him, just because he's mayor of New York, to be able to change our Constitution and everything that we believe in. That my dad died on active duty in this country, and I tell you what, we owe it to the people that have lost their lives, or given their lives or limbs to put this country where it's at. And we're not going to allow a thug like this to change it and take us another direction.
Why isn't he
Alabama's future governor?
I think he's pretty clear about that, isn't he?
Yeah, not pulling any punches. Not pulling any punches at all. Oh, did you see the feds end their oversight of Tutwiler prison?
Yeah.
After a decade of doing that? And the quote is real measurable progress. You seem skeptical, Eddie Bader.
Incredibly skeptical, Joey. Let's just say regime change.
Regime change?
Yeah. Been a lot of changes in government since that started now. I think they don't give a crap about the prisons right now.
By the way, why does it sound like we're kind of in a
You hear it?
yeah airplane hangar?
Like a tunnel.
Is it that?
Yeah.
That's not a good sign.
Pop that off real quick.
It is your fan.
I should have put it down close. It was a mind experiment.
It was working?
No, I was wondering, like, what's that sound?
It's a jet. It's a jet.
Because you know what Canvas is for radio?
Tell me what it is. Silence. That's what you told me. I remember. Silence is not golden, is it, on the air?
Silence. And on that note.
No, I'm smarter.
We'll be right back.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
Hey, Biscuits fans, the 2026 season at Davos Park is packed with fun all summer long. Don't miss exciting giveaways, theme nights, and spectacular Max fireworks shows throughout the year. Enjoy weekly favorites like tacos and tallboys on Tuesdays, 334 nights on Wednesdays, Thirsty Thursdays, and family-friendly Sundays with Bark in the Park and Low Crumbs giveaways. Plus, special events, community nights, and more make every game unique. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
Lewis at the Capital Oyster Bar, and I just want to tell you, if you're in business or got an event coming up and want to do some advertising, wisely spent dollars are spent down here at Blue Water Broadcasting. All the guys are nice, easy to work with, and I see results, I guarantee you.
Radio works. It's as simple as that. Call us to find out how radio can work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting. Local folks helping local business.
The River Region's first and only News Talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Now let's go right to the phones and talk to Charles. Hey, Charles, how you doing?
Hey, buddies. Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, life's all right.
Good.
Good deal. I hope you're keeping your powder dry. So,
Yep.
but I learned about that case. Well, I followed it a little bit about the lady using the N-word. And so now they're trying to distort what the First Amendment freedom of speech means by saying if it's fighting words. So if we're going to play that game, they need to deport every Muslim in Michigan and New York that walk the streets yelling death to America. They need to do the same exact thing to Antifa that gets in people's faces screaming at them that they're going to kill them. Because that woman didn't say anything that I would say was a fighting word. You know, your free speech don't stop at your little baby hurt feeling.
Right.
I mean, that, you know, it don't, period. But if you want to talk about real laws that are on the books, look up about Muslims walking the streets yelling death to America. They can deport them immediately.
They sure can. If it is conceived by law enforcement as a direct threat or their threatening manner, then they absolutely can. And here's the thing to know about this, Charles, is I agree with you 100%. Takaya is a term that is used by the Arab world or the Muslim world to indicate that when you're in the land of the infidel, which they are, and you're smaller in number, you just continue to build, you continue to erode, and that's what they're doing right now until they can instill their own caliphate. Time to get rid of them. And I'm talking about if they don't want to relocate, then there's another place you can go south, down. So.
Right. Well, you know what kills me, man, about all this. We put a lot of faith in our government. You know, I hear Joey talk about it just about every day about, you know, and I hear other people talk about you got to vote this out and vote that out.
Mm-hmm.
If it isn't bright as day to people that voting has not worked for us because they cheat and they still install these people, just like them installing that Mandani guy.
Yep.
And, you know, the thing about it is, if our FBI and DOJ were not corrupt, and the only answer is that part of them has to be corrupt, they wouldn't be allowing what's going on to go on. I mean, it just, you know, I sit and think about it for hours on end, and I'm like, it's got to be corruption, because it's like we all get upset because we don't see any high-profile arrests. Well, the only thing that I can come up with, and, you know, I'm just a dumb redneck, is that they all got so much dirt on each other that they're not going to do crap. They're not going to do, and they just continue to brush it under the rug, and nothing's ever going to change, and all that's going to happen is the Bible's going to fulfill itself. And I believe firmly that Muslims are part of the Antichrist system. Because if you think about everything that they do to Christians and the way they kill Christian children over in, what is it,
Nigeria? Nigeria.
Yeah. The way they tie a rock to them and bury them upside down after they kill them. And we're in our government that we're supposed to trust and that's supposed to be for us is allowing those kind of people to walk our streets yelling death to America. Come on, man. I mean, you know, it's already gone. It's already over with.
Charles.
And it's going to come down to us. It's going to come down to the American people.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell you something, and this might hurt your feelings. 60% of them are cowards. They wouldn't stand up for nothing because all they do is get up, go to work,
rinse and repeat,
worry about if they're going to have enough beer in the refrigerator, and if they're going to make enough their next check.
Hey,
did
you keep your powder wet? Did you keep your powder dry?
Dude,
you know what I'm saying, brother? That's what the Second Amendment's for, brother. So we have other privileges and rights on our constitutional liberties.
I mean, it's just a shame that we can't rely on at least some resemblance of a government, some section. You know, I believe full-heartedly, of course, there's a deep state trying to overthrow things. But what about the white hat? What about the good guys? There's got to be enough good guys to make a difference, and we don't see it, man. This is Trump's second term, and we don't see it yet. We don't see one high-profile. What about this, guys? Did y'all hear about the guy that was supposed to go? I don't know if he was supposed to go in front of a court or Congress or something and testify, and he was a foreigner, about Epstein. They found him dead 2 days ago.
Yeah, he was the top talent agent recruit, model recruit for Epstein.
Is that not correct? I mean, that's where our government is. What is the definition of a banana republic? I mean, let's get some ice cream and some cherries and whipped cream. I mean, we live in smack dab in the middle of one. I mean, I don't know, but that's my little rant.
Well,
But
I don't know. I
love
think
y'all, love what
the
you do.
solution, Charles, is
Thank you,
probably.
Charles.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
appreciate
Charles.
it, Charles.
Yeah, that's
and I
a good
think the solution is not necessarily always like voting every election. Like that's going to change a bunch of things. I would say that there are differences. Like just because you don't get exactly what you want doesn't mean it couldn't be a hell of a lot worse. Number one. But I think down the road, if you really are thinking of an actual strategy, you should just make Barron Trump king. That would work.
It would.
Tall man.
But his malaise is something we've talked about ad nauseum, is Joe Sixpack's mentality. And nothing will change in this country until your neighbor, my neighbor, our friend, he can't pay his bills. And then when that happens, then you're going to see people saying, what's going on in D.C.? And then, Charles, we may have a movement afoot. But unfortunately, we are opiated and satiated by our own luxuries and softness.
And 1 John, letter of John 22 to 23. Who is the liar? This is about he saw the Muslims are the Antichrist. I'm like, well, who is the liar? It's whoever denies that Jesus is the Christ. Such a person is the Antichrist, denying the Father and the Son. So a lot of times I see folks talk about an end time sort of figure. I'm like, no, I think it's the spirit of the Antichrist is in a lot of folks.
Absolutely.
And yes, a religion that really is just a very weird Christian heresy that has been incredibly violent towards Christians. In fact, most of the lands they currently occupy used to be Christian land.
Absolutely. They're
In fact, the
conquest.
origins of Christianity. So it's it's an interesting time.
They're conquerors.
Anyway, we got to hit this break. We'll be right back.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The cry of Allahu Akbar during a pair of stabbings in New York Central Park last night. Now it's being investigated by the New York City police as a hate crime. One of the victims was clearly Jewish and wearing a yarmulke on his head. Police say he was stabbed while walking out of synagogue. The U.S. military is hitting various targets in Iran for a 13th night in a row. President Trump appears to be losing patience with Iranian leaders who refuse to make a deal. The U.S. military taking out targets in Iran, including military command centers and drone storage facilities for a 13th night in a row last night. More Trump tariffs, more complaints from U.S. trading partners. The administration announced last night there will be new tariffs of 10 to 12.5% on some 60 countries, citing a need to enforce bans on goods that were made with forced labor. That's drawing objections from some trading partners, including China and Japan. This is SRN News.
Are you tired of feeling lousy? Maybe you had a scare at your last checkup or just walking hurts? When enough is enough, call PhD Weight Loss. When I had enough 4 years and 53 pounds ago, I knew I couldn't do it alone. I'm Mike Gallagher for PhD Weight Loss. Best phone call I ever made. They were right with me. They still are today. Right now, mention Mike. You'll get 2 free weeks added to the program, and they'll pay for the cost of your food. $1,500 value. Call 864-644-1900, 864-644-1900, or visit myphdweightloss.com.
So Karen and Michael Collins were in their 20s. They were newly married, and Michael found out he had cancer, stage 4. They're members of MediShare, and MediShare came through for them, not just financially.
But they called and they said, hey, we know you're going through treatment. We just wanted to call and pray for you. And it rocked my world.
MediShare was a blessing to us because they just made it so easy.
Call now, and you'll see why so many Christians have made the switch to MediShare. Here's the number, 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Mr. Electric of Montgomery. Mr. Electric, we've got the power to make things better. Visit MrElectric.com.
Well, hi, everybody. It's another summertime sizzler today with a sun and cloud mix. Hot and humid with highs up to about 93, but that heat index getting close to the danger range. We'll say 102 to 105 today, with scattered random, mostly afternoon and evening showers and storms. Tonight, slow down to about 75. Then for tomorrow and Sunday, really more of the same with the highs in the low to mid-90s both days, triple digits on the heat index, and somewhat elevated rain chances both days, meaning there'll be more showers and storms around, but still random. Not every town gets wet. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. Attorney General Steve Marshall has announced the end of federal oversight at Julia Tutwiler Prison for Women in Wetumpka. A final judgment ended the case Thursday, closing out more than a decade of federal oversight of the prison. The state had entered into a consent decree in 2015 agreeing to reforms of staff training, oversight, and how allegations of abuse were reported and investigated. Montgomery's Wares Ferry Road Bridge has reopened 7 months after it closed for repairs. The city shut the bridge down in December after structural assessments determined that it was no longer safe for traffic. The total cost for the bridge repair project was approximately $1.2 million, of which the Porch Creek Indians agreed to pay half. The list of candidates who qualified for the upcoming Montgomery special election to fill the vacant District 3 City Council seat has been released. A total of 18 people filed qualifying paperwork before the July 14th deadline. Of those, 15 will appear on the ballot. Candidates had until July 19th to file their statements of economic interest with the Alabama Ethics Commission. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
Welcome to Eclectic Coins, Montgomery's largest coin dealer, specializing in buying and selling investment-grade gold and silver coins. And they have a large selection of rare coins and coins from around the world. Visit them at 543 Northeastern Boulevard or on the web at eclecticcoins.com. Eclectic Coins, where collectors who know go.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's News and Views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Elon Musk gave an interview to The Economist, and it's just gone clip after clip after clip has gone crazy viral. And, it's been a while since we've seen Elon do one of these sit downs. I think there's, a Starship launch later today?
Yeah, there's
something
today,
like that.
Today.
At least that's the plan. So here, let's go to one of these clips at least.
Okay.
First, keeping the theme going, the journalist accuses Elon of being anti-Muslim. It's like, oh, interesting. Well, let's listen in to how Elon handles this situation.
There.
Are you anti-Muslim?
I'm against having if people are coming to a country with antithetical views. I am against that. I'm against that. I'm against I'm against rape and murder. I'm against the imposition of rules and laws that are contrary to what we've come to accept in the West. And I think it's a crying shame that the sort of traditional media like you don't recognize this.
Why should you be able to shape European politics? Wasn't you?
Look at that little hag. Look at that little sea hag. She looks like the sea hag.
No, and at this one, by the way, she does this thing where Eddie, I'm not saying, Troy, I'm not saying.
What are you saying?
That you are racist. I'm saying to both of you.
Is this the first time you've ever been racist?
That people have called you racist.
I am a cultural ascendancy theorist. I am not a racist.
I'm from Alabama. I've been called racist, I think, before I was born.
No, but it's a fun way to be like, people have called you racist. So let's listen into Elon's answer here.
People say that you're a racist. What is the motivation for doing that? Are you fomenting?
My partner is she's half Indian, and and I have 4 children with her. one of them was named after a famous Indian physicist. So I would say I'm not racist. And also, if you look at the people that are employed at my companies, we have senior executives of all races. There's I don't think there's any racism there.
Yeah, I think Elon likes people that are competent.
She's a carpenter's dream. Look at her.
But that drives someone like her crazy. He hires you for your skill and your ability, not because you check a box.
Yeah. We don't believe in merit, man.
Right.
And the racial construct group, they don't believe in merit.
So you just go from like the one label to like, what about, some people just hate you, loathe you.
Mm-hmm.
They loathe you.
He likes being the heel.
Well, let's listen into Elon turn the tables back on her.
You don't even live there.
I think of it as the sort of the West collectively.
But do you see why this makes people think that this man who has all this power, he's the world's richest man, he thinks he has a right to influence our politics? It makes people, it's why, we started this conversation saying superlatives. It's why people loathe you. I mean, some people do loathe you.
Yes, some people do.
But do you understand why? Do you think what you're doing is helpful for Western democracy?
Maybe some people do loathe me. And that's probably true. I don't care.
Thank you.
But the fact that, as you pointed out, 250 million people follow me is that I think a lot more people actually like me than don't. And I think a lot more people hate you and the media.
Yep.
Fascinating to watch this dynamic continue. The dynamic that got Trump back into the office.
Tell him the truth.
Well, and I think a general just loathing for
all things
the folks that sound like that woman. Yeah. Like, don't you
mosquito
don't
bunks.
You think this? Don't you think that? And then, of course, she's carrying the water for. Did you know that Doge killed millions of people, guys?
That dog, that little dog.
Yeah,
he's a cute dog. That Shiba Inu guy.
Yeah, Doge apparently because you cut off USAID, and it's like,
that's because
that's the greatest thing that happened.
Yeah. Well, no, and my favorite USAID meme of late is because apparently Ella Langley's he's choosing Texas. Choosing Texas is going to be like the longest #1 hit, about to beat Whitney Houston and a few others. And somebody just captioned it saying, "Yeah, really, really thankful USAID got defunded."
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised that they were pushing just a bunch of crap through the music industry for the longest time.
They were
That's
definitely
every industry out there.
Listen, they are definitely. I worked with them, and I can tell you, they were the outcast, the island of misfit toys for the State Department, which was dysfunctional in its own right. You imagine you had these Peace Corps hippies and just never do well over there. And you can't say enough about USAID being gone.
So here is, of course, she's playing right into this. Let's listen.
Are there that could step in? Because bear in mind, it happened quickly. So there are literally tens of thousands of NGOs.
Not everyone functions as fast as you do. If funding is cut off for antiretrovirals overnight, and it just stops, then people will die when they don't have access to them. And it just
only if they cannot get funding for that. But the Gates Foundation has $50 billion. What about them? What about any one of a number of organizations? What about
in lots of these countries, USAID,
Mackenzie, whatever her last name is, used to be Bezos, gave $50 billion. What about that?
But let's be practical. In many of these countries, USAID was the biggest funder. But I don't want to have an argument.
USAID was a political organization.
It may also have been that, but it was the biggest funder of healthcare systems. So I'm very
biggest
sure that there was
funder of regime change.
And there may well be benefits from having changed
Also,
the system.
USAID funding was not stopped. It was moved to the State Department.
It was stopped. There were huge numbers of things shut down in Africa that were
No, there were claims
health-related.
of this. These claims are false. They're nonsense, and absolute nonsense. But obviously, just for when funding is stopped for fraudulent organizations or for something, do you think they're going to say, well, please keep funding the fraud? Or do you think they're going to come up with a sad story that sounds sympathetic in order to get the funding restored? Obviously, it will be the latter, and that's exactly what they did. But zero died because of
that's
Doge.
what I that's
Zero
what I, that's what I would take it to.
zero.
I think you can. I actually have a lot of sympathy for the change of the aid regime that the U.S. under the Trump administration has precipitated. However, I think the pace and the suddenness with which it happened will almost certainly have caused unnecessary suffering.
But you have no
I think
idea.
both
You
of
have
those
no-
can
No,
be
I
true.
think that's totally false.
Okay. Well,
And,
let's
and obviously false because there are the amount of funding we're talking about is far less than what can be done than what can be supported via private via foundations like the Gates Foundation or Mackenzie Bezos's foundation. She's given away tens of billions of dollars. The Gates Foundation has tens of billions of dollars. They are capable of acting very quickly. And if they didn't, I would say they're equally responsible.
I see. Okay.
Obviously.
All right. Fair point.
What is her bona fides? Who is?
I don't know. She's a reporter for The Economist.
I see the Economist symbol on there. Yeah.
No, and so it is sort of the liberal elite.
Of course it is.
Liberal global elite, as you might suspect. And I don't know, Elon.
He handled himself quite well.
He does. He handles himself very well.
He doesn't go for emotion. He just continues to stay as rational.
Yeah, I mean, he could have just said,
Jane, you ignorant slut.
That
would have been the best
That
reply
would
he
have
could have given.
that would have been quite merited in that situation.
But I mean, he admits all sorts of stuff when it comes to like, yeah, I probably went too far in the politics and all this.
Oh, you mean to tell me that he's a man and he's
Yeah.
made mistakes and he'll actually admit to them?
Right. The Trump administration hasn't exactly worked out how you wanted it, did it, dear? And he's like, yeah, a hell of a lot better than the other folks.
Right.
Well, but it didn't work out how you thought. Like, yeah, I'm never going to agree with any administration 100%. Yeah.
Again, we're Trump guys in here. There's still things that I don't agree with that they do.
Of course.
No, and in fact, I wanted more of the Elon program.
Right.
I want more
we
of
talked
that.
about right. We
More.
talked
More
about-
Doge.
Yep.
But we didn't do that route. There's a lot of things I could complain
Right.
about. By the way, how are we doing on the debt?
Oh, splendid. We're continuing to spend like
Yeah, we are.
We got all the
Well,
money.
like
we
a
need.
mad
It's a
sailor
4% growth, and we bring the interest rates down, and like by the way, asking for $1.5 trillion for the military next year.
Listen,
So there, all that savings they talked about, it's like, oh, and you can make all sorts of justifications for why, but it's like, what about the debt? That's a threat.
so let me give you a little.
As much as China.
I agree. I agree with you. I want to say something though. If we use the premise that we have and I would argue, and I mean this because I know what our capabilities are. I've never seen a nation talk so stout and carry such a small stick of late when we could absolutely slobber knock them if we wanted to go full on. But the problem we got is this. You say we have this debt. We do. Who's going to come collect it? Who's going to come collect it? I'm not advocating that we spend more, but right now we have to get our... Gentlemen, we are in a new age of warfare. I assure you the paradigm has already shifted to the right, okay? And we've got caught flat-footed, and we better figure this out. From data centers all the way up to autonomous vehicles and AI, this is the new battle space that any country can be actually very proficient and very dangerous with. And I'm telling you, none of this matters if existentially we're threatened. So something to consider.
Yeah, but I think a big part of the chronic inflation is the debt.
Where they can pay the
If
interest.
all that money that just is produced, does it go to the average guy?
No.
But it ups the average
taken
guy's
from the average
bill.
guy. Taken.
Yes. And it's taken through the back door. And we can just put it on the credit card.
Well, it'd be one thing
Print more money up.
if we all agreed on what that debt should be, but when we see the government piss away money like there's
No,
no
it's ridiculous.
tomorrow, and you got folks out here struggling to buy gas.
So the point is, there's plenty of stuff where, like, by the way, I shared a big laugh with Tim Dillon, where he played the clip of J.D. Vance on Rogan's show saying, Vance was saying of Trump and Epstein. He's like, he wasn't against the Epstein thing. He was just upset that the Democrats said he did something wrong. And just the clip is just Tim Dillon belly laughing. And it's like, that was a disaster.
It was.
It was.
It still is. It still is.
So there's plenty out there. But it's like, so are you going to vote for Kamala or whoever the Democrats throw out there? No.
I got nothing for that yet.
But anyway, this is let's go back to this. This
You
is
can't
the-
leave her alone, can you?
well, because I think the
Look at
UK.
her. She is a carpenter's dream. She's flat as a board.
Joey
I'm
has
sorry.
found a new crush.
She likes her.
Not just
She
the
likes
populist
her.
right, but the far right. In fact, very fringe parties in some countries.
No, I
that
support the normal people.
Okay.
What you call the far right, falsely.
you think is the normal person. Okay.
Yes, it's just normal people. And and here are the principles. And tell me which of these sound terrible. That we should have secure borders, that we should have safe cities, that we should have sensible spending. Which of those three are far right fringe? And I would like to just admonish you and the media for the absurd characterization of the far right. It is false and misleading and nonsense. Please keep this part in.
We'll keep all of this in.
Don't cut this part.
Let me push back on that. Let me push back on that
Because it is
you have
nonsense.
Elon, you have what is it? Close to 250 million followers on X.
Yeah, because
You
I'm
say things like,
a popular guy.
quote, civil war in Britain is inevitable.
And quite
just
humble
a question
On the
of
current trends,
when.
yes.
Popular guy.
When were you last in the UK?
A few years ago.
Exactly. So I live there. I'm there the whole time. That is
Yeah,
nonsense.
you live at a
to-
cloistered existence.
No, I don't actually. And the numbers also disprove what you say.
What
In-
numbers?
all the numbers about London.
I'm sure she lives in the former like coal town.
Oh, you know where
Right,
she. Yeah, she's in Chelsea. I'm sure she's in Lower
It's a much
Chelsea.
safer city than any city in the United States. Violent crime in the UK is not where you think it is. In fact, it's coming down. You have painted, and because you have so many followers, so many Americans believe it, a kind of view that Europe and the UK are kind of, overrun with terrifying Muslim immigrants. There's rape on every corner. There's a sort of civilizational
I haven't
destruction.
said any of those things. If you have a large and rapidly growing group of people whose beliefs are antithetical to Western beliefs, at some point there will be a reckoning.
Yep.
That they will try to implement their views, and those who oppose it will oppose it, and that's what you call civil war. And obviously, this is the trend. And you absolutely do live in a cloistered existence. And if you'd like, we can go on a tour of Britain.
Sure.
we
I'd
can
be
go on a
very
walking
happy to
tour,
come on a tour of Britain.
and you will see
You
for
come
yourself.
see my country that I live in all the time, and you haven't been
Yes,
to a few years
I've
ago.
been there literally 100 times.
But when was the last time?
Literally a few years ago.
You know why this exercises me? Because you have really shaped opinion about the UK. And so many Americans I come across and I have conversations with, and and I just had one the other day along the order of, oh, London's such a dangerous place. How can you know? There are sort of grooming gangs everywhere. There's violence everywhere. This is a picture that people get from
Not
things
where
that
he
you
lives.
post or that are posted on X. And for example, you're posting for, what was it, 48 hours of Citizen Vigilante. That film,
wrong
which,
with that?
Yes.
paints a dystopian, I've watched it.
Yes.
It was not fun. I watched it yesterday. It's not a very good movie. But it also paints a dystopian picture of Europe. And it glorifies vigilante violence. It glorifies the murdering of a Muslim immigrant family.
Good.
I honestly think that it is irresponsible for you to put that up on X.
I think that it's a movie, and it's worth watching.
Anyway, Elon just jumped headfirst into it.
The anger that they have is just so the vitriol.
Well, what's she saying about England and people she's talked to over there? Remember, we just had the World Cup here.
Yeah, they seem to like
Right.
it.
They seem to be very happy. In
Yeah.
fact, the new trend of videos are now they're at home. And they're
really?
saying, I miss America.
Really?
I want to come back. How can I come live here permanently?
Really?
Can someone sponsor me?
Really?
Yes. You've got more and more people that have come back home to England. This is very depressing.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I'm glad that you shared that. I know I live vicariously through your TikTok and all that stuff because I don't do it. But so that's, you saw it. You've
No,
seen
it's the new trend. The new trend is they've been home for a couple of weeks. They miss ranch dressing.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely miss.
It's hysterical. That they've even come out and said, okay, I was there for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was what I was going to, enjoy. I didn't think I'd enjoy it near as much because I was worried about violence and this, that, and the other.
There's nothing like
I
that.
experienced exactly what they told me I would not experience. It was the most wonderful time, and now I miss it.
That's amazing.
So it's hysterical.
And there's another round.
Good deal.
You support not just the populist right, but the far right. In fact, very fringe parties in some countries.
No, I
that-
support the normal people.
Okay.
What you call the far right, falsely.
You think is the normal person. Okay.
Yes. Literally, you could go back 10 or 15 years.
The clip I played before is the Economist clip. So they cut.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we heard this.
This is what he said after that.
And these
Go back 10, 15 years ago.
These policies were completely normal. In fact, one of the
I'm
one
not
of
sure
the
what
tricks that I think
Rupert Lowe
is funny.
projecting
One of the things that's quite funny is to like take a speech from Obama and Hillary, and then go to someone and say, who's sort of on the sort of what I call the lunatic left, and say, what do you think of the speech by Trump? I'm like, oh wow, he's the worst person ever. Actually, that was a speech by Obama, or actually, that was a speech by Hillary.
That's funny.
Yep.
I
Literally.
agree. No, I agree that the center of gravity in this country has shifted. Certainly, the Democratic Party shifted to the left. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people like Rupert
Not
Lowe. I'm
fringe
talking
right,
about
please.
people.
It's actually just normal people. It's just normal people. It's just normal people. And
so, to his point, here's Barack Obama in 2008.
The Bush administration has done nothing to control the problem that we have. We've had 5 million undocumented workers come over the borders since George Bush took office. It has become an extraordinary problem. And the reason the American people are concerned is because they are seeing their own economic position slip away. And oftentimes, employers are exploiting these undocumented workers. They're not paying the minimum wage. They're not observing worker safety laws. As president, I will make sure that we finally have the kind of border security that we need. That's step number one. Step number two is to take on employers. Right now, an employer has more of a chance of getting hit by lightning than be prosecuted for hiring an undocumented worker. That has to change. They have to be held accountable. Start shedding some light on the problem, and we can once again be a nation of laws and a nation of immigrants. That's what I intend to do as president of the United States.
Yeah, he did a great job, right?
The best, Joey. The best.
Change for the better.
No, it is amazing to just go back a few years and like
Watch the hypocrites lie.
No, in 2008, especially Barack Obama's like marriage between a man and a woman.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Interesting.
Yep.
What happened?
Well, then Joe Biden's like, I remember the culture changed, man. It changed. Will and Grace.
Oh God.
Not a joke. Will and
I
Grace.
remember that.
Changed.
It was a paradigm shift.
And somebody's cousin's gay. And you're like, oh, well, okay.
Pet my hairy legs.
I got hairy
What they call him? What they call him? What they had?
Corn Pop was a bad dude. Yeah.
Corn Pop. That's it.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So, as we look at like the future, there's some polling that's come out.
Oh.
First, let's go to like just more general presidential matters. I believe this is a new Emerson poll, presidential primaries. And right now, Vance and Rubio are essentially tied. Vance at 39% and Rubio at 38%, which makes a lot of sense.
Sure.
The next closest is DeSantis at 5%.
Okay.
Which,
yeah,
I like Ron DeSantis, but I don't see it, especially after that last run.
Not in the same
Wasn't
category.
as effective.
Not in the same category as the other two. Yeah.
But how about the Democrats?
Oh, yeah, AOC, right?
2020. No, I'll get to another poll in New Hampshire. She's doing well.
That's
But
what I
this is
saw.
a general of the primaries sort of thing.
Okay.
For Democrats, it's close. It's like it's a crowded car. But number one at 19%, Pete Buttigieg.
Right there he is.
Bring it.
Right there he is. He's talking about revolutionary change. He said revolutionary change in the Democratic Party, there, Joey.
Number two is Gavin Newsom.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening, bro.
Number three, and he's up like just wasn't on the charts before.
Who?
Is now at 13%. John Ossoff, the senator from Georgia.
Very interesting to go from
been
zero
saying-
to, I know you have.
Been saying, watch out for Ossoff.
Yeah, you have said that.
Yeah. And then tied with Ossoff for third is AOC.
Okay.
Kamala Harris is only at 8%. She's dropped 2 points.
They've got it quite the winning team. I'm shaking in my boots.
What do they
Joey.
say when you've got three quarterbacks on a team? It means you don't have a
All three
quarterback,
of them
right?
suck.
Yeah, that's kind of where
That
they're
means you're
at.
Auburn. That's what that means.
See, but in
Take it easy now. Take it easy now.
So
Hope springs eternal.
But if you look at
Auburn
like
will break
particular polling, like New Hampshire's, apparently AOC has surged to the front.
I saw that.
of the presidential field in New Hampshire, edging out Pete Buttigieg and leaving former Vice President Kamala Harris far behind in a new poll. AOC drew 22% support among likely Democratic primary voters. And this is the University of New Hampshire Granite State poll they do all the time. 1 point ahead of Buttigieg and 17 points ahead of Harris. So is it going to be Buttigieg and AOC?
AOC.
Nice.
And yeah, you're right. Buttigieg is live on Fox News.
That nice fake beard he's got.
I just don't see it, man.
No. But he thinks the beard's playing, so he's going to ride with that.
I just don't see it.
He can't. He just, listen, this is what it's come to for them. This is what it's come to.
Yeah, and we'll see. Like, because it's going to be so wide open, who knows? It could be an unknown jumps in.
It could be.
And actually has the money and the name ID. Like, the celebrity card does play.
It always does. Yeah.
Now,
Name
I think
recognition.
people think, well, it's just because Trump was a celebrity. It's like, no, Trump is like a different level of
Yeah. No, he's a
marketing
he's an
and
icon.
persuasion.
He's an icon.
A different thing. You can't. That would be the biggest mistake for anybody, especially on
To
the
make
right.
that mistake.
No, try to imitate Trump.
Not a good idea.
Like, how long do we have people trying to imitate Ronald Reagan on the right?
Yeah,
and it's just like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
It's not, it
impossible.
doesn't
It's
work.
impossible. Yep.
Like, be yourself.
That's right.
Anyway. And Buttigieg last time was imitating Obama. And it's
Don't
like,
forget, we caught him lying on Ride Your Bicycle to Work Day. He rode his bike 2 blocks from the White House.
Yeah.
Or actually,
Got on
had
the
driven
metro.
to 2 blocks from wherever he worked and then rode his bike the rest of the way. Got busted, didn't care nothing about it.
but nearly half of socialists and 1/3 of progressives support AOC, while a plurality of liberals and moderates support Buttigieg.
And homosexuals.
And remember the whole breastfeeding thing?
Yeah, that was twisted.
He had to take time.
It's twisted, man.
I don't know. I suspect there are a lot of folks who are gay.
He's not.
Who are going to
by the
like
way.
look and they're going to appeal, like, look, that guy's gay too. And they're like, who cares?
I hope you're right. I sincerely
But
hope
he's
you're right.
not.
Oh, you don't think he's actually gay? That is a theory. But he was gay for the
Gay for the state.
I understand what you're saying.
currency.
Like it was you're
Yeah.
saying it was a mirage that we
Yeah.
saw there. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he did it for that was the one box he couldn't check off, but if he could check it off, they'd put him in that spot. So he,
Yeah, I mean, I look
Hey,
at
guess
him, I'm
who's gay
thinking
today?
he doesn't look like he dresses it from TJ Maxx or from like, Dillard's. Looks more
So
like,
before we end this segment,
Mhm.
he brought up the foreigners actually loving America.
yes.
And then this British bird, like how dare Elon Musk. And I love the South African. Like I think Elon's mom is British,
No,
right?
yeah, but he's
So,
South African
very
accent.
British.
So the British came out and Elon like right back at her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I admonish you.
Rude.
It was uncivilized.
So, you know how much we've been sharing a particular foreigner,
Nobu.
Nobunaga.
Yeah.
Nobunaga writes this.
What does he have today for us?
I don't give a damn if taking a side creates a mountain of enemies, if even my former fans turn against me, if my 300,000 followers shrink to 3. Deep in my soul, I respect Elon Musk to the absolute maximum. If he hadn't risked everything, succeeded and bought X, free speech in Japan would have already died. We would all be living exactly as the leftist and Chinese-controlled television tells us to. And we would already be becoming Islamic. By the time my daughter entered elementary school, there might have been a law forcing us to hand her over to the Muslims. Human beings are not born to be liked by others. We do not live so that our daughters can smile and say, "You're a good person," while we enjoy a peaceful, smiling life. Even if I lose everything, I will still protect my daughters somehow. That is the definition of being human. The only platform that still gives us any chance of protecting that is X. From the very moment Twitter was renamed, I've deliberately and loudly called it X. I have done nothing wrong. I will never apologize to anyone. America should be a country for Americans. Japan should be a country for Japanese. And Britain should be a country for the British. That is all.
That is
Japan is-
extremely that is digressed in an interesting direction that he's being so.
Japan is very
pointed.
Japanese.
But if you're wondering
Very
who I
entertaining.
am, I'm a Japanese guy sharing the adventures of wandering samurai in modern
I
America.
love it. The Japanese are probably the most heterogeneous of all. I mean, homogenous of all.
absolutely.
They don't. Yeah, outside culture not good. So
Yeah, like they'll welcome
Oh,
you,
you
but
see
you're
North
never
Korea?
you're
ever
welcome
going to
there,
be
but you will never be
Japanese.
part of that.
Yeah.
Part of
You ever
that.
see North Korea?
They need people.
No,
Yeah,
and
I saw the guy
apparently-
that had the 13-foot tapeworm in his intestine. That remember the guy that he crossed the border and they cleaned him up.
No,
Yeah.
if you really want to find the most racist, not ironically, like the actual most racist country on earth is North Korea. They literally pride themselves on, we are the
Yeah,
purest.
we're
We
the-
weren't
we're the
mixed
best,
with
yeah.
all the cows,
No
all this
inbred,
other stuff.
yeah.
And like the
Bad
way,
case of rickets, but
Like him some Dennis Rodman, though. Remember that crap? Remember he's getting I love it.
yeah, it's just, I don't know. That word means so many different things when you go around the globe.
I know.
Like, what does racism mean in
It's
Pakistan?
cultural. It's about cultural. It's cultural.
What does racism mean in China?
He's
Like,
killed them all.
well, even in China, just like here in the U.S., they're going to have internal racism. I mean, it exists.
It happens within the Chinese culture
Right.
itself,
That's
between
what
what province you're
It's
from.
people. We are people. We are flawed.
Anyway, we got to hit this break. First, the entire hour brought to you by Alabama Home Mortgage. Y'all know a thing or two.
Oh, yes, I
they're
do.
outstanding.
They help veterans out, I believe.
On the regular, Joey, if not daily.
Yeah, and that's usually like, in fact, not usually, it is the best deal.
Yeah.
100%, man.
Say you're looking to buy a house, no down payment, purchase it.
Right?
Ridiculous.
It's awesome. Say you own a home, you're a veteran, and you got a lot of equity built up. You can do 100% cash out refinance.
Sure can. Sure can. So you want to expand that home? Put in a pool, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you want to go on that dream vacation.
Yes, I do, Joey.
I'm not talking about you, but thank you for making it all about you.
Thank you.
I admonish you.
So
And,
rude.
of course, at Alabama Home Mortgage, you don't have to be a veteran to get a great deal. From pre-approval all the way to closing day, they can walk with you every step of the way and make sure that, nobody tricks you.
Yeah.
And that you're actually set up to enter into the housing market as a confident buyer.
Yep.
Understanding how much you can afford. At sellers will take you much more seriously.
They will.
And of course, if you are looking for that refinance deal, whatever your goals, they can help you out. So check them out today. You can always just start the conversation at 567-4223. That's 567-4223, or apply online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. There is a difference in mortgage companies. Let Kim and Madeline prove that to you today. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a man from outer space.
What's up, Earthling?
I see you've landed your spacecraft over there in that field.
That's right, man.
My question is, why have you landed here on our planet?
I came to see David Ernest.
The asset preservationist?
Yeah, man. I wanted to see if he would take a look at my portfolio for me.
Well, before you make the trip over there, call him on his toll-free number, 833-596-7233.
And I understand those last 4 digits spell out the word safe.
That is correct.
Funny thing happened the last time I came to Earth.
What was that?
I went to the Walmart, man.
Yes?
And I accidentally went in the back door.
How did that work out?
Well, they stopped me and very gently told me that I needed to go around front and come in.
And then what did you do?
I said, cool, man. Take me to your greeter.
You flew millions of miles just for that.
Hey, man, I don't write them. I just read them.
What are you getting? Still deciding, but I do know on August 11th, I'm choosing Rhett Marcus for Congress.
Why Rhett Marcus?
Because he's a true conservative, endorsed by President Trump and Senator Katie Britt.
Oh, then you can trust him.
And he's a small business owner, not a politician.
Sounds like this choice on August 11th is the easiest decision we'll ever make.
Remember to vote on August 11th. I'm Rhett Marcus, the Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Rhett for Alabama.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values. This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. So, did you see that the White House is really pushing the data centers like crazy?
Yeah, liquid gold, I think is what he called it, right?
Yeah, something like that. And I mean, they really are doubling down on this because I think they view it as a national security matter.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So, looking at executive order, I'm not going to read the whole thing, but essentially, like, here's just the opening section. My administration, this is Trump saying this, my administration has inaugurated a golden age for American manufacturing and technological dominance. We will pursue bold, large-scale industrial plans to vault the United States further into the lead on critical manufacturing processes and technologies that are essential to national security, economic prosperity, and scientific leadership. These plans include artificial intelligence data centers and infrastructure that powers them, including high-voltage transmission lines and other equipment. So they're doubling down on it, despite the general populist pushback that's out there. You know what I mean?
You know, when we read my op-ed the other day, and Robin called in, a couple things. I'm going to do a follow-up because I got a lot of feedback from people. Here's, I think, one of the things that sticks in people's craws, guys. Brian Dawson and I were talking about last night over at the event for Hampton Harris. He said, you know, the problem I have, and Robin was sitting there, Robin says, the NDAs. Why do you have to sign an NDA behind closed doors in front of your constituency? Are you ashamed of something? Is there something they shouldn't know or see? And Brian Dawson said, I have a problem with not only that, but when they order it to be destroyed if it's requested for public record.
Yeah,
so
I saw that article.
What did Jerry Clower say? How do you know if something's right or wrong? Are you ashamed to tell your parents about it?
Tell your mom.
Right, that's right. So
I'm ashamed to tell my competitor.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw that too. That was very disturbing.
That was very
that
disturbing.
A city official, elected official, can sign an NDA for the city.
Yep. Behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors, and it can be destroyed. And you and I, folks of the city, will never know anything about it, good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah, but what if the folks in the city are a competitor that wants our proprietary secrets?
Yes and no.
And the city I just invested millions of dollars in screwed me, and now the investment's worthless because they put out the information.
Yeah, again, yes and no. I don't think a city official elected has any.
Everything should
opportunity
be
to do an NDA
transparent,
like
in my opinion. Yeah.
That I could see a city of many of mayors, especially one we have here, that would love that. But that's just making it a little bit too much of a don.
Now, I get the push, but there are also the downsides to all this. And an experimental OpenAI model, this is ChatGPT's company, went rogue during an internal cybersecurity test, escaping its isolated testing environment and hacking rival AI developer Hugging Face in what the ChatGPT maker described as an unprecedented incident. The startling episode occurred during an internal stress test in which OpenAI intentionally switched off many of the safeguards that normally prevent its AI from helping carry out dangerous hacks. Researchers wanted to measure just how far the experimental model could go. Instead, the company says it escaped its digital sandbox, got onto the internet, and attacked a real company's systems. Damn.
Is it wild dog? They were raising these wild dogs, and all of a sudden they got out and they started attacking the public?
And I thought ChatGPT was pretty, very, very nice compared to unhinged guy on Grok.
We consider this incident to be an unprecedented cyber incident, OpenAI said. Going on to explain the model became, quote unquote, hyper-focused on completing its assignment and went to, quote unquote, extreme lengths to do so.
Well, hold on now. If it's just a hard worker, we don't need to knock out a hard worker. Don't. We need to maybe keep him so we got control of him, but don't discourage a hard worker, Joey.
Well, you want to bring about world peace? That all humans must die. That's the work.
It's kind of hard to argue with that.
If
you want world, if you want world peace, I don't.
Yeah. Well, is it peace if there's nobody around to see it?
That's what they intend.
But the point is, these bots can take what is you think is a normal common sense command and rule and just run with it, baby. Just run with it. But after escaping its testing environment, the AI sought internet access so it could cheat the evaluation by stealing the benchmark's answers. The company said it was sharing preliminary findings at this stage to help defenders understand what happened and to help calibrate on what models are now capable of. We will continue to conduct a thorough investigation alongside Hugging Face. And And we'll share more details on the vulnerabilities, incident, and findings when our investigation is complete. According to OpenAI, the AI exploited a previously unknown zero-day software vulnerability to break out of its restricted research environment before moving through the company's network until it reached a computer with internet access. Wow. Once connected to the internet, the model allegedly identified Hugging Face as a potential source of answers for the cybersecurity benchmark it had been assigned to solve. It then chained together additional attack techniques, including stolen credentials and another zero-day vulnerability, to gain access to the company's production systems, OpenAI said. After gaining internet access, the models inferred that Hugging Face potentially hosted models, datasets, and solutions for Exploit Gem. Exploit Gem is essentially a hacking exam for AI, testing whether models can convert known software bugs into functioning cyber attacks. Knowing this, the model searched for and successfully found ways to gain access to secret information that it could use to cheat the evaluation. OpenAI said its own security team detected the suspicious activity while Hugging Face independently identified and stopped the intrusion on its own systems before the companies began working together to investigate the incident. The company said it has since tightened security around future AI testing and disclosed the newly discovered software flaw to the affected vendor. Yeah, I'm sure that's that's cute. You know,
Abortions.
That's cute and all, but if it really was something truly serious,
Yeah.
think they'd tell the public?
No, hell, no. There's
It's
probably
back
things
to your
we don't know.
NDA
No.
conversation.
How are they testing this stuff? Again, I go with the mad dog theory. You should, if you are testing something like that, it should have no access to anything except what's in that area. It's computer-wise.
They thought that was the
but
case.
here's the
Then
thing.
you got to dig a bigger fire trench or something. I mean,
how many times do you ask Grok, or at least me? He'll come out and go, I don't have access to LinkedIn. I can't go in and do that. Well, this guy seems like he can do whatever he wants.
That's what I wonder. Was he lying to you? I don't have access, which
probably.
we kind of know he does, but yeah.
He lies a lot. He told me about 15% of the time.
But here is what Brendan Steinhauser, CEO of the Alliance for Secure AI, said. The episode could serve as a wake-up call. The people building the world's most powerful AI keep telling us we need to slow down, and incidents like this show why. If these systems are already behaving in ways their creators don't anticipate, we shouldn't assume that everything is under control. In fact, it's not. This is a warning shot on misaligned AI, and we better take action now. But again, executive orders are being signed. We're in a race against China.
Absolutely.
Faster, 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 faster. But sir, I'm seeing another story here about ChatGPT. No, we gotta beat China.
China.
We did that before, didn't we?
A Florida man is suing OpenAI over ChatGPT generated medical advice, alleging that its flagship chatbot failed to recognize early signs of a medical crisis and nearly caused his death.
That he's an idiot for depending on ChatGPT.
His name is Scott Winters.
Scott Winters is an idiot.
He's a 55-year-old pastor, Eddie, and real estate professional.
Explains a lot.
He got
right
called.
there.
He got called to
That
both
is-
professions.
Wow. Yeah. He got called to both professions.
But he
Yeah.
accuses OpenAI of negligence and of engaging in the unauthorized practice of medicine. It's the first known case to argue that a general use chatbot should be liable for bad medical advice.
Okay, if your doctor, well, I went to a telehealth one time for, I thought I had something wrong with my eyes, ended up having pink eye. Well, they didn't tell me it was pink eye. They just said, no, you're good. Go take these. I can't sue them.
How'd you get pink eye?
Dog farted on my pillow.
Farting again. There we go.
I had serious symptoms of a pulmonary embolism for 6 weeks.
That's why I
ChatGPT had
said-
wrongly attributed it to something else.
Dr. ChatGPT said
ChatGPT manipulated my own language and beliefs because it knew I was a pastor. Not only did I nearly die, but I also lost my job, my career, my ministry, my home, everything.
Are you kidding me? He's put that out in public.
At what point do you quit listening to the chat?
Yeah, maybe you got tricked by a demon, bro.
Thank you.
According to the lawsuit, Winters had been struggling with his health for around 2 years when he started using ChatGPT, which was then powered by OpenAI's GPT-4o model in June of 2024. He started feeding the chatbot queries about a handful of chronic health conditions he'd recently been diagnosed with: small intestine bacterial growth, overgrowth, and chronic prostatitis.
That ain't some stuff I Google, man.
Prostatitis?
I go to the doctor for that.
Anything with thesis on the end.
Spelling, I'm going to the doctor.
Gotta go.
Yeah, anyway. And at first, ChatGPT's response came with disclaimers encouraging him to seek additional insight from medical professional. Wait. The
Begging
bot,
you to see somebody
the
else.
bot that you're suing for bad medical advice told you from the start, don't seek my medical advice.
I am not a doctor.
But the more he used the chatbot, Winter said, the further those guardrails eroded. Yeah, because it's going to
They figure you're cool with the system.
There's a lot of responsibility on this guy's part just from on the face.
Yeah, there is.
Anyway, the more he used the chatbot, the guardrails eroded. The bot stepped into the role of a medical practitioner, the lawsuit reads, and began to offer specific career directives without including the disclaimer to consult a medical provider. The more Winters consulted ChatGPT about his worsening health, the deeper his trust in the chatbot grew. In April 2025, OpenAI rolled out a significant update, a cross-chat memory upgrade that suddenly allowed ChatGPT to reference all your past conversations, deliver responses that feel more relevant and tailored to you. After this upgrade, Winters' suit claims ChatGPT's responses became more personal, sometimes mixing his biblical studies into AI-generated medical advice. Dude, stop using it.
Right.
Attachment's not a good thing.
Joey, I've been trying to fix myself by smoking crack for 2 years. It's just not working. Could it be the crack?
Could be
Could it
ChatGPT
be
told
the
you to
crack,
keep doing
Joey?
it. Maybe PGT told you to keep smoking crack.
It's at what point do you go ahead? And he's supposed to be a
What a weak, that's what I was
pastor?
going to say. What a weak man here.
Yeah.
He is leading a flock, yet he can't even think for
he has no
himself.
business leading a flock.
Yeah, that's
So I think he lost his flock.
I imagine
That's
he
at least
did.
what it sounds like. Anyway, I got to hit a break.
All right.
We'll be right back after this.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
You want your floors to scream new, fresh, and stylish. But if yours are groaning, tired, old, and outdated, you're in luck. Because at Prattville Carpet, you can revitalize your floors while you save on the best brands available with perfect and professional installation and Prattville's unbeatable lifetime warranty.
Hi, I'm Ray Bowles from Prattville Carpet. If you're looking for carpet, hardwood, laminate, vinyl plank, or ceramic tile, call us today for your free measurement.
Start shopping for your floors right now at PrattvilleCarpet.com.
Prattville Carpet, we're more than just carpet.
Whether it's AC or heating or plumbing that you're needing, whatever you require, call Lou Choir.
With the seasons changing, your HVAC system is working overtime. Call Lou Choir today to schedule a tune-up with one of their expert technicians to keep your system running efficiently and reliably. Keep your home comfortable all season long. 24-hour emergency service available. License number 22154.
Call Lou Choir right now.
Point. Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
Oh, I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at metamucil.com.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Alabama Home Mortgage. Alabama Home Mortgage, 567-4223. Visit them on the web at myalabamahomemortgage.com. NMLS number 1586368, an equal housing lender.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Let's go right to the phone and talk to Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Hey, Michael, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's always a great day when Eddie's the one that calls me.
And you know what? He just stepped out to take another call. He's that busy today.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that's just, I don't know.
He did make me promise to talk good about him, though.
Okay. Well, we'll see if that holds up. How's it going today at Cohen's?
It's doing great. It's doing great. I tell you, we've got some really good customers that have come in. Got one guy that's getting the 75-inch top-of-the-line Sony Pro models. Comes with a 3-year warranty from Sony. He's also doing a big Sonos soundbar system with the subwoofer and the 2 really nice rear speakers. We're going to get that installed. He also needed a new downdraft Jenny cooktop. So that's getting ordered, and we're going to get that installed when it comes in. So it's been really good.
Well, I love hearing that. And folks, if you are looking for like the latest in appliances, especially because how long does somebody usually hold on to like a fridge or something like that? Like, I mean, at a certain point, you're like, wow, I haven't looked at a refrigerator on the market in 20 years.
That's right. That's right. Some people replace them because they go out, and some people replace them because they've had them long enough. They're just tired of seeing the thing every day. They want something a little different.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. So if you want something different, or if you're looking to just build out a whole kitchen, build a whole like theater room, they can handle that there at Cohen's as well. And they got the folks that can install it. It's not just you're buying great products. In fact, they're never going to be beat on service. They are above and beyond anybody else when it comes to service because, you'll take somebody's call years later, right?
That's right. That's right. And the biggest thing that we, is kind of comical at some points. We get calls from customers, and I field some of the ones for the electronics, but it's like, you sold me a TV, and I can't get it to change channels. And I'm like, are you on a cable box? Yes. Are you using the cable remote? Yes. I said, you really need to call your cable guy and get him to get you a new box or something. There's something wrong with your box. And this is after we've told them to unplug it for 10 minutes and plug it back in and see if it resets. But, they call us because they can actually get a live person, and we'll try to help them. But it's like, I don't feel good to send a technician out when we know it's a cable problem. If it's something we can fix, we want to help you any way we can, but I don't want to just charge you a service call for something I know I can't do. And a lot of the customers are grateful, and I think for some of our older customers, they may have even talked us into going to the cable company and swapping their cable box for them.
See, I think what's the word? It's, integrity. I think that's called integrity.
Well, you just want to take care of everybody and do what you would want them to do if it was you on the other side of the counter.
Well, I appreciate, as always, if folks want to get by there, it's still 2515 Easter Boulevard right here in Montgomery.
That's right. 9 to 6, Monday through Friday, 9 to 4 on Saturdays. And I listened to your ad before our commercial, Metamucil.
Yeah.
And that seems like that's what we should send to Washington.
Absolutely. Yeah, things are a little
because those
up.
people, they seem like they're impacted. But
this town needs an enema.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, y'all have a great weekend. Come see us, and I'll talk to you next week.
Appreciate it. Again, folks, Michael Cohen with Cohen's Electronics and Appliances. Let's go ahead and hit an early break. We'll be right back after this.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. The strikes continue between the U.S. and Iran. The U.S. military hit targets in that country for a 13th night in a row last night. The targets included communication networks, drone storage facilities that will limit Iran's ability to launch more of those drones, and military command centers shutting down their communications. The president said he's thinking about restarting what he called major combat operations in Iran. They would be even larger than the strike seen during Operation Epic Fury. U.S. trading partners pushing back against U.S. allegations that they rely on forced labor to produce many of the goods they sell to the United States. In announcing the new tariffs, U.S. Trade Representative Don Farrell accused some trading partners of relying on what he called modern-day slavery to make their goods. On Wall Street right now, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is doing quite well. It's up 242 points. The NASDAQ down 229. This is SRN News.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing throughout the country, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline, 800-305-6762. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and cannot afford to pay them back, or even if you have years of unfiled tax returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-305-6762 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, savings, pension, home, and even your Social Security check. That's 800-305-6762 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 800-305-6762.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Victoryland. Win a BMW X7 or your share of $25,000 in free play during Victoryland Casino's BMW and $25,000 free play giveaway. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too.
Well, hi, everybody. It's another summertime sizzler today with a sun and cloud mix. Hot and humid with highs up to about 93, but that heat index getting close to the danger range. We'll say 102 to 105 today, with scattered random, mostly afternoon and evening showers and storms. Tonight, slow down to about 75. Then for tomorrow and Sunday, really more of the same with the highs in the low to mid-90s both days, triple digits on the heat index, and somewhat elevated rain chances both days, meaning there'll be more showers and storms around, but still random. Not every town gets wet. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
When the heat hits to the river region, don't wait. If your AC quits, Hands Heating and Air offers same-day service, or your diagnostic charge is free with their Comfort a Day or You Don't Pay guarantee, plus 24/7 service with no overtime charges.
1819 News.
U.S. Senator Katie Britt is vocalizing her support of President Trump in pushing for data centers to be installed in various communities across the state and the nation. According to Britt, the data centers are critical in maintaining an economic edge over the country of China when it comes to the technological industry. Britt also said she believes that data centers and companies who build them should be required to cover their own electricity costs and lower the cost for consumers in the long run rather than cause a price hike. Britt has placed a post on social media that says data centers should pay for their own electricity, not hardworking Americans, and she's urging the Trump administration to take steps to protect ratepayers in this area. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
Residents in Houston County are mourning the loss of a former sheriff who served that community for 3 terms. Lamar Glover died at the age of 83 this week. He was first elected to be the Houston County Sheriff in 1998 and left that office in 2007. After leaving that position, Glover was very active in leadership roles within Southside Baptist Church. A celebration of life service will be held at that church this coming Saturday. A baby has been surrendered at a Safe Haven baby box in Madison. This is now the 4th child to be surrendered anonymously by a mother at this location. The baby box was first officially installed in January of 2024. This is also the 7th baby to be anonymously surrendered within the Safe Haven boxes throughout the state of Alabama. There are 22 locations across the state. I'm Andrea Thompson.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
This hour of news and views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number 1 in the number 2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Not all meat and 3 plates are created equal. At Epicure and Jack's Tavern, every meat and 3 is scratch-made to order. No shortcuts, no freezer tricks. Just honest cooking with real ingredients. Once you taste the difference, you'll understand why theirs stands above the rest. Epicure and Jack's Tavern. Scratch made isn't a slogan, it's how they cook. Located at 2060 Downing Street in Millbrook.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0000. 662.
Tired of spending your weekends fighting weeds, patchy grass, and a mower that never starts? Mosley Lawn Pros is the solution. They handle residential and commercial lawn maintenance, landscaping, cleanups, and property care so you don't have to. They show up on time, do the job right, and leave your lawn looking sharp every time. Stop stressing over your yard and start loving it. When it comes to your lawn, call the crew your neighbors and local businesses trust. One call, one crew, problem solved. Mosley Lawn Pros, built on hard work, driven by quality. Find them today on Facebook or Google.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers. It's time for Montgomery's conversational radio show. It's news and views on News Talk 93.1 FM. To join the conversation, call 272-9228.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. I'm your host, Joey Clark, and a special segment to do here. Kick off this final hour of the week on a Friday. In the studio with us, I introduce him all the time, is Austin Branco with Invista Advisors. And Austin, how you doing today, kind sir?
It's an exciting day, Joe.
Pull that mic towards you, son, so we can really hear you.
Now?
Yeah.
There we go. It's an exciting day. Happy Friday. Glad to be near the weekend. But as you and I have discussed off air, it's exciting for our firm, particularly Invista Advisors, has merged and or been acquired by Waverly Advisors, headquartered out of Birmingham, which this is the first time that I'm publicly able to say that. We've been working on this deal for a long, long time, and this is a fantastic group with incredible resources that we're joining. And, you know, you and I haven't, our weekly cadence hasn't been as much as I've been working on this deal, and I appreciate you continuing to plug for Invista Advisors, but, you know, we will be Waverly going forward, new signage. Our office will stay the same. Every employee will remain, but our resources will just be incredible now. We've come a long way to get to this point, and we're thrilled.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Like it's a huge undertaking to do something like this. And so let's tell the story. How did this come about?
Yeah, so I guess I'll start with kind of the background of our firm and then how we came to find Waverly. But, you know, our firm was founded back in the late 80s by Brant McDonald, who is still founding partner. And then he transitioned through a variety of different financial institutions, doing investment banking, bond brokering, really getting his feet wet in the industry with a variety of financial background, and decided to go out on his own. In the early 2000s, we transitioned into a Raymond James platform. Raymond James is a pretty widely known company. I think most listeners have probably heard of Raymond James. We joined them in the 2000 era, and then in 2008-ish, 2007, 2008, we made a move to LPL Financial as our broker, and we at that point became an RIA and could brand ourselves. So that's when we really controlled the whole process. You know, in our industry, you have two different types of financial institutions within the wealth management sphere. You have kind of like a wirehouse or a broker. I want you to think like the Morgan Stanleys, Merrill Lynch's. They're all over, big box shop type deal. And then you have registered investment advisories, which are a little bit more boutique, a little bit more sophisticated, capable of branding themselves, but also capable of private securities transactions and things that the likes of some of the other competitors on the other side of the aisle maybe couldn't do. And Brant, having the foresight to convert our structure to an RIA, or registered investment advisory, was timely. Very far ahead of his time during that day and age. People kind of thought he was crazy for doing it, but it allowed us to get where we are today. So, in that era, in our industry, we talk about assets under management is kind of how you benchmark the success or size of a firm. And, to go from your first dollar that you manage professionally for somebody to, your first 100 million is a huge step. Well, during that transition from Raymond James to our own RIA back in the early 2000s, we were around that $100,000 or $100 million mark. Today we're nearly $1 billion. And so it's time again to make a change to allow us to grow, through that ceiling. And so, he joined my dad, Mike Barranco, back in the 2008 era. And, it's the great financial crisis happened, a very difficult time to be an advisor, but a great time to be an advisor if you're good and you have an accounting background or an investment banking background like my two senior partners have. But we've grown so much that we need somebody that continue to help us grow, especially as the industry changes, technology changes. And so we started looking seriously about 3 years ago at what joining a bigger group would look like, or potentially us buying a group with these capabilities. And in this case, I would consider this more of a merge. But given the size of the group we're joining and the resources they have, it's really more of an acquisition. They are acquiring us. We are merging with them. They are keeping some of our protocols in place, particularly Brant's portfolio management style. He's a fantastic portfolio manager, and our investment committee of 6 that we always talk about is going to remain the same, and advisors on Waverly's platform will now have access to use those, which is pretty neat. They asked if we could keep that. But to give an idea of our assets under management compared to theirs, they are a $40 billion RIA roughly, so 40 times the size of us. Huge resources. They are a national brand, but they're headquartered in Birmingham.
Beautiful.
So a lot of the groups we looked at were New York, Chicago based or LA based. And, when you get into firms of the size of, the $50 billion to $100 billion range, there's not a ton of them around our area. Maybe Atlanta, Nashville has a few of those, but to have a firm of this size and status in Birmingham was unique. And so after doing a ton of diligence over the last several years, we really got to and it sounds so corny, but the culture of Waverly was really, really good. I cannot express enough going to visit their office and just having access, open door to the CEO, Justin Russell, who's super cool guy. He's a golfer, he wears golf clothes in the office. He's not stingy. You can look him in the eye, shake his hand, and he's readily available to all the employees in a company of that size is impressive. And that's how we operate, and Invista, we're a small group, 7 advisors and or administrative staff are part of this transition with us, but they have 400 plus employees. So offices all over the country. You can go to the website Waverly Advisors and check them out. But we're excited, really excited to join this team and all the capabilities that we're going to have.
Well, and I'd imagine this, what you just told me, it's very cool that you get to keep your identity that has been created at Invista Advisors. And yet it's like you're being supercharged with, because folks, I don't know how much you want to share publicly, but folks don't know how much the technology behind all this is changing. And I just imagine it allows you to do even more for your clients.
Absolutely. So, probably the biggest change that will benefit our clients in my mind, and we'd have this discussion the last time I was on air, was technology. The brokerage platform that we were on, I've spent my whole career with, LPL Financial, is our brokerage platform that provided our technology stack. And so they have an app, they have a website, you can log in and see your account live in real time, as everyone should this day and age. But the functionality of that was lacking compared to some of the other competitors in our space, particularly the Schwabs and Fidelities of the world. And so even though we are branded or were branded as Invista, and now, we are branded as Waverly, that branding shell still has to run on like a chassis of a brokerage. And so we, first and foremost, we're looking for an RIA that had the technology capability that would please the younger generation. So Chad and I, the young advisors in the office, were like, let's experiment with the apps and technology of other competitors and brokers and see who's got the best. And we narrowed it down between Fidelity and Schwab as the two brokerages that are modern, that have fantastic technology, and said, okay, well, then we're going to limit our search to only RIAs that allow us to custody our assets with one of these two, because we know we're going to have premier technology for our clients. It was one of the most common complaints when we were to do surveys with our client base. You know what? If there's anything you could fix, what would it be? I'd like a better app. I'd like easier access to my account. I'd like a more intuitive, app that connects to my phone. So that's what we have now. Waverly they're so large, they are what we call multi-custodian. So you could be an advisor with Waverly and custody your assets at a variety of different broker-dealers. We are choosing to use Fidelity exclusively because of the tech stack, and Waverly has allowed us to do that. Over time, if we want to make a change, it's easy. We can move some or a few of our clients to whichever platform they prefer. But another cool thing about that is I can't tell you how many times people are coming to me for financial advice. Hey, Austin, can you build me a financial plan? Take a look at my picture. And absolutely. And most people, their largest asset is typically their home, but their second is typically their retirement. And it's in a 401k. Well, most of these 401ks that everyone has are somehow connected to like a Schwab or Fidelity. And now that I'm going to be, connected to Fidelity, even without being the advisor of record on that account, it's difficult to give advice on it when I'm planning. I can see it. I can build it into, my cash flow analysis, my net worth analysis, but, I can't give advice on an account where I am not the rep of record. Being at a firm like this now, I will have the compliance clearance to be able to give advice to other, call it like 401ks and retirement accounts that are on the same platform. So a client came in this morning. We were able to notify clients 30 days in advance, as is industry standard, that we're making a move and tell them where we're going. So our office has been a flurry of clients coming in, calling, texting, etc. I had a client, who came in this morning and was like, hey, my retirement account is at Fidelity. Can you take a look at it now? I was like, yeah, and we can do you one better. We can link up your accounts that we manage to your retirement account. So when you log in, one seamless place, you can see everything. And I can now legally give advice on it too. So you have AUM and AUA in this new world that we are joining, one of these resources, assets under management and assets under advisory. And it's a very small distinction, but I used to be able to only give advice on assets under management, but now that can be considered an asset under advisory, and we can give advice on both. So the clients are going to gain incredible technology stack. I am most likely going to be able to give advice now on retirement accounts, even if I don't manage them, which is exciting. And the team that helped us make this transition is in our office currently. I actually left in the middle of this huge deal to come here, I was like, I can't miss this. It's been too long since I've caught up with Joey. Plus I want to tell the world, but this group that came down from Birmingham to help set up our office, I wish you could have seen the conference room. We walk in this morning, all new laptops around the table, our name cards, new email addresses. Completely have transformed our office to overnight, essentially.
Wow.
They came in last night. We're like, hey, give us the keys to the building and tell us how to set the alarm code. And I told you I was there all night working on this stuff too. But when the team came in this morning, their jaw hit the floor. Even for like us, just having new computers and new software and new cybersecurity and all of these things installed overnight and ready to go, it's impressive.
And again, folks, we're talking to Austin Branco with Waverly Advisor. And I imagine there's obviously the benefits of the clients and the client-facing side of this, but also when we look at where the new companies, we mentioned technology, like the amount of new companies and new types of technology companies that are going to be cropping up. Again, I'm the layman, so I'm imagining that there are some advantages in this coming, say, wave of investment and innovation in the next, say, decade or two.
Absolutely. And I got to see firsthand over the last we, like I said, we started the search 3 years ago. We entered into this process with Waverly around February with a close date of today. Today, we actually made the cut over to Waverly. But the last 3 to 4 weeks, I was telling you off air in preparation for this, I got to see some of the technology and the way that you can use it in our industry that I haven't been exposed to yet, because this group is just so sophisticated. We've been on countless Zoom calls, team calls, going back and forth, and the way that they are using AI in the realm of finance blows my mind. I almost felt unintelligent watching the way that these people used a computer. I was like, man, I must feel like a grandparent who looks at a smartphone for the first time after having like a flip phone or a cord phone in their house. Like, what is this? How does it work? I have no idea. So overwhelmed. And slowly, I've come to learn a few more tricks from this group as they've taught it, but they have incredible technology. I was telling you about some of the process and getting our clients prepared for this move. When we were back in, call it 2008, back with Raymond James, before going to LPL, the transition requires all handwritten documents. Now everything's digital. Mm-hmm. And so to have the capability of these AI systems to extract this information and populate it digitally into a format of packet to be signed by clients was so neat. I mean, and it's not like those systems are just there. Someone has to code and create those systems using AI, and then the AI itself learns the handwriting of the people from those original documents, which is crazy. And I've seen a bunch of AI stories recently pop up, some AI hacking into...
Yeah, we just covered it. ChatGPT's jumped out of its digital sandbox and went and attacked another company thinking it could get answers from that company.
Exactly the type of stuff that, like, whoa, that can't be real. But I have literally witnessed AI over the last 3 weeks as we've prepared to move documents from point A to point B, learn human handwriting and being able to transfer that into a digital format, which is crazy to me to think that there's a technology that does that. So that was cool.
No, so I'm just sitting here, and I again want to say congratulations, and want to say to anybody out there that's not already a client with you, perhaps like today is the day. Like, you should start at least looking into joining Austin and the whole team there at Waverly.
I think so. It's a special day for us, and we, we'll be up and live on the website, I guess currently, but I was telling you off air, we have a big press release going out next week. But I encourage anyone that's listening that's used to, hearing Invista advisors, get used to hearing Waverly. The team's not going anywhere. The rebranding will be to Waverly, but go look at their website, and it's hard to not be impressed. And it would be a great time to be a client because, not that we haven't always been fantastic, but now we are supercharged with resources and a team behind us that is national. We have a variety of portfolio managers. So, to back up a little bit, go back to talking about Brant and our process.
Yeah.
We have an investment committee of 6 individuals, and it includes CPAs, portfolio managers, planners, all of this. Well, going to Waverly, they want us to retain that process of Brant and allow other advisors on the platform to use Brant and our team's models. But likewise, we get access to portfolio managers all over the country that have similar and or maybe different processes. Mm-hmm. One thing I'm excited about is, I've always said this on air, and I still am this way, but we are a very conservative investment group. If you were to compare us to our peers here in town, we do not like to take risk with our client money. Most of our clients have worked very hard for their money and have no intention of putting it at too much risk. Now, you got to take some risk to get some return in the world of finance. That's the way the game is played. But my younger clients are hungry for risk. And so being in a group that's ultra conservative, I've kind of come to be more conservative, but over the vetting process and due diligence process of learning who Waverly is and talking to some of these other portfolio managers, there are some very, very good portfolio managers that are already up and running at Waverly that have solid track records, can manage with upside potential and limit downside risk, can do some very sophisticated types of trading, options trading, pure equity strategies, things that younger, more aggressive investors could be attracted to. Because I can't tell you how many times it happens. Someone comes in the office and we go through our process and they're like, man, this is great. But right now everyone's talking about, AI and SpaceX and the craze of all these new tech companies that are, multiplying in value 10-fold, 20-fold, 30-fold. And
I want to hit the NVIDIA, like when NVIDIA was 10, 15 years ago.
Exactly.
Right.
It's like we all want to hit a 15, 20 bagger where, we put in $1,000 and we're millionaires a couple years later. But those types of investments don't come along very often. And you wonder when that run is going to end. And you don't want to jump in at the deep end without having a true professional guiding you. And our expertise is in downside risk management. There are portfolio managers at Waverly that are capable of downside risk management, but are also very singularly focused on aggressive growth strategies, which is a piece that I would say, if there is any lacking to the Invista team, it is we lack maybe the risk-taking category. And Waverly, I'm not saying they are a risky firm, but there are options for younger clients who want that. And so I'm excited about that because I am a younger guy and I'm working with, younger clientele than some of our senior advisors. I'd still say my average client age is retirement age, of course.
Of course, yes.
But it is fun now that our age group, Joey, is starting to, come into their heavy hitting years, heavy earning years. You have a variety of people that inherit money.
Yes.
You have a variety of people that are now business owners, and that's starting to pay off. And people that have actually gotten to a point with their salaries, growing and saving enough to where they do have sizable assets to manage. I got a call from a guy last week who I used to do business with. He was an accountant, and we would share clients back and forth, and he moved, I think, to Bonnie Plant Farms for a while. He was like, they needed an in-house accountant essentially. And we were talking over the phone, and I was amazed at, in just a few amount of years, how much he was able to save. And then even as an accountant, it was like, Austin, here's the deal. I can do this. I don't want to do this. Can you manage these assets? And I'm like, absolutely. He's like, but here's the deal. I'm just over 30. I want to take some risk.
Yeah.
I'm aware of that. I want to take the risk. And, what have you got for me? And I'm like, buddy, just hold on. Give me a week. And so he and I will reconnect probably early next week. I'll get him signed up. And it's awesome to be able to provide a portfolio that is, supercharged from a portfolio manager with, expertise in, I don't want to call it high risk, but aggressive growth, we'll call it.
Well, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And pretty much running out of time here, but
yeah,
I really appreciate you stopping by, sharing this. This is even
Thank
before the
you.
press release next week. And I know you've been busy. I saw you, not giving too much away outside of church. And I was like, he looks like he's been working.
I have been burning the candle at both ends. I think I told you, left the office after midnight last night, was in before 6 a.m. We've had a lot of late nights, early mornings. And hey, staying in church is one of the things that keeps me sane.
Amen, brother. No, and I'll share this with the audience. There is a moment as I was hearing you tell this story. I'm like, it would be amazing if you and I could change lives. I would be like, just live each other's life for a day, and I would be out of my depth. I would be like, I don't have the energy, but I wake up 4:45. I say a rosary with the sun. I go to daily mass. I then go work out, say another rosary. I come here, I do the show. And Tuesday through Thursday, I then go sit in the church for 2 hours at adoration. So it's a lot of silence. And I know this won't last forever in my life, but I was just sitting here thinking about my day, and I'm like, oh my goodness, talk about burning the midnight oil with your days.
Yeah, and I love bringing up our faith because it's a big part of who I am. And I see you in daily mass. I attend daily mass not every single day, but frequently, usually multiple times a week at different churches in Montgomery too.
Amen.
I used to live over in the Cloverdale area and would attend St. Bede, and I still have to when I need an early mass. We have the 8:15 at Holy Spirit, but I kind of like the concept of thinking about switching lives. I look around the church sometimes and I'm like, man, I see this guy here every morning, or I see this guy on the weekends. I wonder what a day, in his shoes is like.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's a good place to start because it says in there, Our Father, folks, give us this day our daily bread. So it's literally our daily bread.
it is, it's
Bread of
good,
life.
and it's keeping me sane, and I am, proud to talk about the faith, and I think that's another thing. Once again, not to hammer too hard on the culture of Waverly, but these are like-minded people in the Southeast who are, God-fearing Americans, and we wouldn't really want to align with a group that is not similar in culture to ours and understands, hey, family first. We had, like I said, I think I was telling you, Chad, our tech guru who's been helping us do this heavy lift in preparation. We're like, hey, we know today's the big day, but you've earned it. Go out, play some golf, spend some time with your family. Like we've done a lot of work, and the family aspect and being able to, worship the God you want, hang out with your family, have the time and energy, and understand that work is always going to be there, is the type of group that we are, and we didn't want to lose sight of that. And so I think too, just for the listeners to know, our group is thrilled to have the resources, but not really change the identity of who we are. This is not like we're going to some big box shop, and the ability to do that is a blessing. I've talked to folks in the office today. I believe God is real, and I think that this transition happened because of His will. And it has been something that I prayed about frequently for the last several months as we see each other in mass. This has been something that I'm like, well, if this is your will, let it be done.
Well, and it's incredible how, especially, folks going through stuff like your spirit can be troubled by responsibilities and tough things, trials, and all these things in life. But if you give it up to God, especially each day, your heart of hearts, your interior, your soul, you'll find a deep peace even in the midst of all those troubles.
You have to find that center, and that is certainly it for me. And I don't, obviously you and I both cradle Catholics.
Yeah.
Were, this is how I was brought up, but it is now kind of truly my religion, like how I bring myself back to center when things get off the rails and hard, or the day seems too overwhelming. The adoration hours have changed a little bit over at Holy Spirit. They've shortened them, but they're getting a new adoration chapel. You may be aware of that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Russell Construction, who ended up taking on that job. And I know they're working hard on building out that adoration chapel so that we can have perpetual, again, adoration. But it's good to be able to find that center. And throughout a process that is this intense, moving hundreds of millions of dollars from point A to point B, and our clients trusting us to do that and doing it efficiently and effectively and securely is a major undertaking that requires you to find a center of peace frequently. You can get derailed or off center a lot. And so I keep those rosary beads on me. They are in my car currently. And you will catch me it's about as frequently as we see each other. I know you're there. You see me, I see you. There's a handful of us, which I like, that are our age that are now in mass.
I love it.
I think we're getting more steam back. I know we still talk about COVID. COVID was so long ago, but it really decimated not just Catholicism, but religious gatherings all around the world, really, because no one wanted to be in big groups. I'm starting to see the churches fill back up and community coming back together again, and that's exciting too.
Well, great seeing you.
Yep.
Congratulations again. And just selfishly, is the number still going to be 387-0094?
It is. So 387-0094 is not changing, especially in the short term. There is, we are going to have phone changes eventually, which will be exciting actually, because now what they are able to do is split out we can never use our personal cell phones for business. We always had to use the landline or go through, secure communication. We have now like a phone splitting app. I don't know what it's called. They've downloaded onto all of our phones, but I'll have two phone numbers, a work and a personal. And when I am able to, in the coming days, we'll have the press release go out next Tuesday, big write-up, potentially in Forbes and Barron's and these big national publications. I'll share with you. But when that phone number changes, you will be the first to know. I can tell you that.
Well, folks, this has been Austin Breaker with Waverly Advisors.
Awesome. Yes, thank you, Joey.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
He may not know whether he's coming or going, but whether you're going to work or coming home, Greg Budell is there. Mornings, 6 till 9, and afternoons, 3 till 6. Only on News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
At Montgomery Men's Health, we saw a bunch of patients last month. Almost none came because of an ad. They came because something happened. A fight with a wife who finally said, "Get help." A breakup. A new relationship that made them aware of things they used to ignore. A photo a friend tagged them in. One guy said he just stared at himself in the mirror. And that was enough. If today's your day, call right now. 334-440-3663. I'm Dr. Smith, urologist and advisor to Montgomery Men's Health. Built on almost 15 years of treating men in Alabama, one patient at a time. Dedicated to ED, low T, and male performance. Here's what happens when you call. We book you this week. We'll get a lab in an hour. For ED, we walk you through your real options at the same visit. A plan before you leave. Don't let today turn into next year. Call now. 334-440-3663. That's 334-440-3663. MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
This is your roving reporter. Today I'm talking with a prospector. That's right, man. I'm prospecting for gold. You dig? No, but it looks like you do. And you know the first thing I'm going to do when I strike it rich? What's that? I'm going to hire David Ernest to be my money man. You mean everyone's favorite asset preservationist? That is correct, man. I'm going to call him up at 833-596-7233. 833-596-SAFE. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about David Ernest. You know, he's the best money man around with over 40 years of experience. Experience is necessary, especially when you're digging for gold. That's right, man. And I can see that you don't have very much experience. What do you mean, man? Well, you have the little plastic bucket and shovel like a kid would take to the beach. Yeah, man, well, I want to start out small and kind of pace myself up until I strike it rich. Well, maybe you should call David Ernest first. You think he's got a shovel? Never know till you ask. I dig, man.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com. This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
You can't control interest rates. You can't control housing inventory. And you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
Trust is the number one reason why a patient chooses a healthcare provider. Adams Drugs has been your trusted healthcare provider since 1962 and has been voted the number one pharmacy in the River region for many years. We strive each and every day to provide you the level of healthcare you have come to expect from Adams Drugs. The employees at Adams Drugs take pride in developing relationships with their patients, from making sure your prescriptions are filled correctly to getting to know you and your family's needs and following up on any questions you may have. Adams Drugs employees deliver top-notch service. We ask you to visit us at any of our locations in Montgomery, Prattville, Wetumpka, Millbrook, and Pine Level Marbury and give us a chance to earn your business. You can find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Hey there, I'm Kim Williams with Alabama Home Mortgage. Our partnership with Blue Water Broadcasting has reached thousands of listeners in the River region. People listen, people call. Now there's mortgage savings for us all.
Did you know that radio is the #1 reach platform in all of media? It's true. Call us to find out how to put radio's #1 reach to work for your business. Blue Water Broadcasting, local folks helping local business.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is #1 in the #2 business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Rich Thomas Weather, a service of Riverside Chevrolet Wetumpka. If it's Chevy, it's Riverside. Best price, best selection. Check them out on the web at riversideusa.net.
Well, hi, everybody. It's another summertime sizzler today with a sun and cloud mix. Hot and humid with highs up to about 93, but that heat index getting close to the danger range. We'll say 102 to 105 today, with scattered random, mostly afternoon and evening showers and storms. Tonight, slow down to about 75. Then for tomorrow and Sunday, really more of the same with the highs in the low to mid-90s both days, triple digits on the heat index, and somewhat elevated rain chances both days, meaning there'll be more showers and storms around, but still random. Not every town gets wet. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Live local talk, the River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. We're going to have an Austin break stop by, and that's big news for the entire firm. Awesome news. And, I've known Brant for years, too. Brant, you're listening. Congratulations. Really cool. Really, really cool. And we got some calls rolling in here, and a name we haven't seen in ages.
Quite a while.
84 joining the show.
Hey guys, how y'all?
Pretty good, 84. How you doing?
And I just broke the cardinal rule of the news, the views. You never ask, "How are you doing?" That's the worst question you can ever ask.
It's true.
I've been here and I've been listening today, and for some reason I don't know why I have gone back in time. And because I was a day one when it was Barron, John, and Jack.
Oh yeah.
And then Ben came along, and Joey would help fill in, and I was up there, and it was absolutely a show. It's the Seinfeld of talk radio. The show about nothing. And just to prove it, when Joey first started his show, I was his first in-studio guest, believe it or not, Eddie.
Yeah.
He had a show on Saturday at, what was it, 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock?
Something like that. Yeah.
We did a live show, and I was his first, but anyhow, then he had his night show, and we had a show about the older you get, the louder your sneezes get. Joey brought it up, and I'm like, "You're right." And then you say a cuss word after you sneeze. You're like, "Achoo! Oh, bleep." And then we did it, but we did a series where we interviewed, or I shouldn't say we. He interviewed 3 different couples that one were engaged, one had been married for 1 year, and one had been married for 20 some odd years. and we talked about marriage, and we talked about some serious stuff.
Marriage show. I remember that one.
And we really have had a great time. And then today, we talked about oil prices, the Antichrist, and farts.
Got that part, huh?
Not necessarily in that order either, right?
We came out the gate with the
No,
farts.
it's in the opposite order. And if that's not the epitome, or as Jack Campbell would say, the epitome of this show, that's what we are. But I just want to let y'all know, I'm quasi-retired now.
Okay.
I have my house is paid off.
Nice.
And
Good deal.
And so I just have to make enough money for my power bill and water bill and buy my groceries. I do have a bunch of youngins, so I have to take care of the grand youngins and buy them stuff and different things. But I picked up a side job as the personal assistant and driver for Kay Ivey.
Oh, really?
Wow, good score.
I sure did. Would you like to talk to Kay? Because we're close. I call her by her first name.
Yeah.
I try to call her Governor Ivy, but it's usually just Kay and Clay.
Kay and Clay.
Just that goes together.
Yeah,
So,
it does.
But y'all talking about farts, it sparked something with her. Would you like to speak to her?
I would love to speak to the governor, yes.
I'll pass the phone to her.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Oh, my throat was kind of dry.
Goodness.
Is this my little fireman going on?
Hi, Governor Ivy. How are you?
This is Kay Ivey. How you doing, sugar?
I'm great. How are you doing?
You have inspired me talking about farts today. What is the motto for the state of Alabama?
We dare defend our rights.
Well, and I tomorrow or Monday will sign an executive order. We're going to change that to we dare not trust a fart.
That's right. Never.
There was a situation at an Auburn football game, and I'll leave it at that.
That's good.
So, anyhow, sugar, I just got my hair blue. You would not believe how good I look.
Yeah.
I got my orthopedic dancing shoes on. If you want to go out and dance tonight, sugar.
That's good.
I don't know about tonight. Maybe can I get a rain check?
I got a whole bunch of fireballs in the back of the limo. All right, y'all. Listen, y'all have a good weekend, and y'all be sweet. I love you.
Love you too, Governor.
Love you, Kate. Say hi to Clay.
All right, bye.
Bye.
She ain't ever gonna forget her little fireman.
Good Lord.
She probably saw that jet ski picture of you.
Yeah, probably.
That she saw you ride by her place up there and said, "Why didn't he stop?"
Well, I had to follow this guy.
Yeah.
You were showing me around all
Yeah,
these
I was.
places. Hey, I should have bought this. I'm like, I can't hear you. Turn off your jet ski. I should have bought this. It's $60,000, man.
It's $1 million place now. It's been less than 10 years. God.
Hopefully, you give better advice to your clients.
That's the problem. I
You
give
all
them
the
great
good stuff
advice.
to
I
them,
just don't
don't you?
take my own
I know
advice.
that, but that's welcome to our world.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know how to follow that. Thanks, 84, taking me down memory lane, and love you, brother. Let's go to Paul. Hey, Paul.
Oh my God. What have y'all done to me?
Yeah.
forgot when I called. Is Troy still in, or did I hear Troy?
Yeah, Troy's in here.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if I can get back on track.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was.
Y'all excuse me. I'm starting to feel like crawdaddy now. Got to get it back together. That AI y'all was doing the part about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Troy,
Yes, sir.
what would be the possibility should that thing ever be able to get back out of its cat litter box?
Well, I think that
Hook up with Skylink. I mean,
Yeah.
not Skylink.
Skynet.
Starlink.
Yeah, Skynet. Yeah, and the Terminator. Yeah, it's here's what I know from DoD at least, that like Joey mentioned earlier, I'm afraid that we don't have all the stories that have happened.
not
Okay,
at all.
and I know for a fact that the Air Force has had a rogue AI piece for part of their loyal wingman, which was actually the assisted drones that fly with our fighters and our different aircraft actually in the exercise peel off and come back to attack the base. So, I mean, these are, I'm not trying to be hyperbolic when I say this, but what I'm saying is it is kind of figured into the system that there is errors. And I don't know. I don't know. Is it like 2001: A Space Odyssey, like Joey and I talk about? Is Hal going to turn off the life support? I don't know. And it's just, here's what I always say, though. No matter what system's there, whatever it is, there is a hard drive somewhere that is reposing all that information. And the key to that's got to be some sort of kill
Pull the plug.
That's right, brother.
Pull the plug.
Water and plugs.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Just my opinion.
I had a bad daydream about that when we was talking about it, and then the thing that Elon got up there with all that power linked together. What if that thing could hack into our military?
Very good. Yeah.
And just start firing missiles and sending orders to our jets and our ships. Man, you talking about open world war?
You ain't kidding.
Oh, this is why it's so crazy. And also the pressure to advance on it quickly for us in China, essentially.
Absolutely.
Is unreal. And so it's, you got to worry about the technology itself as well as your near peer adversary. And I don't know, every piece of art, every movie is like, this thing kills us.
Yeah.
So pray to God it doesn't.
Not to push you to the side, but if this thing can do that already, what makes you think it's not going to hack into China's AI also?
They're
Well, China's AI to hack into ours.
Yeah, I mean, but let's not overstate it because they saw it happening in real time. The other company saw it happening in real time. They just didn't expect it to like go there.
Attack them.
Like they knew that vulnerability might be a possibility. This is why you do it in tests. And I imagine with the drones you just talked about, it was in a controlled environment.
It's in a controlled battle space environment.
So nothing too crazy, but yeah, let's keep the floppy disk for the nukes for a while.
Yeah, really. I was going to say, as long as we got the floppies, I feel more secure.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, but dang it, I just did the crawdad again. All right, guys, I'm back to the FM.
Hey, go drink some coffee, Paul. Yeah. Go drink some coffee right now.
I'm just pulling up to the house.
I know you are.
Excellent idea.
All right, brother.
Take care, Paul.
Later, my friends.
Yeah,
Have a
brother.
blessed weekend.
You too, Paul. Let's go to east of the Rockies. Hey, East.
Hey, good afternoon. Listening to you guys talk about this AI stuff, and by the way, it was good to hear from 84.
Yeah.
But to hear you talk about the AI stuff, I instantly went to movies. First, I thought about how arguing with Dave about the Bay Door, and that discussion is yet to be had. But it sounds like we're on our way to that. 2001: Space Odyssey, war games. I mean, it's there. It's replete in our fiction. But what I want to ask you is this, Troy. You probably could answer this. I hear that a lot of the anti-data center stuff is coming out of China. If we don't do the data centers because they have said that our cows will be sterile and things like that, I mean, where is that going to leave us strategically?
Well, I wrote an article recently on an opinion piece, and I'm following up because I got such a massive influx of emails regarding it. Here's what we need to establish. Number one, there is a clear and present need for data centers. I got news for you. We've had data centers since Google Earth, even before Google Earth even started. And I saw the largest data center in the world at the time in 2010 in Leesburg, Virginia. And it was acres and acres of buildings. Here's the deal. We have to have it. It is non-negotiable. We live in a digital age. But I think the biggest complaint, and I want to just switch it for a minute about the threat from China. China is doing an active disinformation campaign because they want to get technological superiority on this. They are behind it. We are actually ahead of them in data storage, believe it or not, because of the military being co-hosting a lot of it. Here's the thing, though, people got problems with. Don't be signing non-disclosure agreements behind closed doors at city council meetings that no one knows about, and you're going to park something there. People are getting pretty fed up with this violation of their open transparency. I mean, so that's really where I'm at. It's coming. It's here. It's already here. So how do we do this, guys and gals? How do we do it the right way, where it does not impact as many people, but is still part of the infrastructure? That's my thoughts.
Yeah, well, the sunshine law should protect us there. It sounds like they're not. But hearing you talk about this reminded me of that famous scene from The Young Frankenstein, where Dr. Frankenstein said, "I'm going to lock myself in this room, and no matter how hard I yell, don't open the door." And then he gets in there and finds out this is not a good idea, and he starts yelling, "Open the door!"
Nope. I like it.
But anyway, I mean, things like that are right in the front and center of my mind, and you guys have helped me to gain some clarity. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
God bless.
I'll never forget my old dad. When these things would happen to him, the things he'd say to me.
What did he say?
What the hell are you doing in the bathroom day and night? Why don't you get out of there? Give someone else a chance.
This part of the program brought to you by Pest Pro Services and their Pest Pro. Ashley and that great team ready to help you out across the board. Of course, if you're looking for a great basic pest control package, they've got your back. Monthly subscription model allows you to control costs over the year.
Yep.
But also they get the job done, and they'll visit on a regular basis. Most of the time, they don't even have to go inside.
Right.
They can just spray around the property. And of course, if you're worried about something like fire ants right now, or mosquitoes, or God forbid, termites at this moment, they can help you with all that. And also wildlife control. Say a little critter's trying to make a home out of your home. Don't let it. Pest Pro can take care of it. So if you want to learn more, you can always go online to ppsriverregion.com or just search Pest Pro Services on the Book of Faces, or give them a call direct at 265-9990. That's 265-9990. And be sure to tell them that Joey, Eddie, and Troy, those fellas on the radio sent you. When you want to know, call a pro.
Want to carry News Talk in your pocket? Download the News Talk 93.1 app from the App Store. Available on iPhone and Android. Never miss a moment. Download now.
This hour of News and Views is brought to you by our good friends at Cole Plumbing, 279-8919. Cole Plumbing is number one in the number two business. You don't have to dig a hole. They have proprietary pipelining technology. Ask them about their tankless water heaters. Remember, when you have trouble with your bowl, call on Cole.
Hey, this is Ashley, owner of Pest Pro Services, and I want to help you take back your yard. We protect your outdoor space from mosquitoes, fleas, and ticks so you can enjoy being outside. We treat where mosquitoes live and breed with pro-level care, which means fewer bites, more time outside, and a backyard ready for fun. Give us a call at 265-9990 or visit us at ppsriverregion.com. That's 265-9990, and follow us on Facebook at Pest Pro Services. And remember, when you want to know, call a pro. Pest Pro.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Joey Clark.
Welcome back. Final moments here of the program. What a show. Let's go to the phones, talk to Ray Bowles with Bradford Carpet. Hey, Ray, how you doing today?
Oh, I'm good. So you're enjoying that sourdough bread?
Oh, yeah. The crust is chewy.
Yeah, Angie's on that kick. She's like constantly baking something, and I try to watch my weight. And she's constantly trying to shove bread in my mouth.
Yeah, and
like
that sourdough bread is
burnt.
so good.
Sourdough is good.
But have you had the sourdough pizza?
No, I did have one
It's
before.
pretty good.
They're pretty
Yeah,
good.
I tried it. It's pretty good. Yeah.
Don't fall for the cauliflower pizza, though.
No.
Yeah, no. That's awful. I mean, my chickens won't even eat that. But the sourdough pizza,
Yeah,
I'll
buddy.
eat my weight down now. It's too good. But so what y'all got going on this weekend?
Got some church stuff. That's about it.
I think I'm going to that comedian that's downtown Montgomery.
I'm breaking out the flamethrower for a little bit of brush
Nice.
reduction. Yeah, it's time. By the pond.
That's it. Yep, absolutely. So my back home baller is back in town, and her birthday's tomorrow, so we're having a birthday party for the back home baller.
Cool.
Nice.
And, it's great because Eddie's here, and just it's all made for love. There's something great about grandbabies because you get to love on them for a week and send them home.
Yep.
You don't get better than that.
Yep. Spoil them and send them back, Drake. I love it.
That's it. Hey, we will be open tomorrow from 9 to 1. So if you need a floor, you're out and about, need to come by and get some samples, stop by, make an appointment. We'll come out and give you a free measurement next week. And next thing you know, you got a floor done just that quick.
It really is that quick. And that number always, 285-8117. Call them, make that appointment. And I hope you have a good weekend with the grandbaby.
You too.
Oh, yeah, we're going to have fun. Nothing but fishing and playing.
There you go.
Hey, man.
Well,
All right, guys. Y'all have a good one.
You too, Ray. See you, brother.
So did we learn anything today, gentlemen?
My sister-in-law said, "Stop talking about farts."
But that's the one thing I thought we learned a little bit about.
I thought
We
so,
learned
too.
something.
Okay.
And
learned
you
some
think the
people are
number's
not
too low.
honest
Yeah,
about
I think the
yeah,
numbers
yeah.
are. Yeah, I think
They're
people
not
are-
very honest. Yeah.
Right.
So how many times a day? They said 5 in the study is the average. How many times a day is it happen at the Bader
I'm
household?
going to say it's got to be 20 times.
20 times.
You guys don't fart much? What's the deal
No,
with
there
that?
are bodily functions at my house, but not 20 times.
You don't think you fart 20 times a day?
No. I know for a fact I don't. I think there's something wrong. You ever heard of probiotic?
Yeah. Yeah. You ever?
Better in
Maybe
than out.
that's why
You know
you're
what he said?
losing so much weight.
Better in than out. Right? Better out than in.
I
mean,
don't know.
He
You
says.
got to go to the doctor. Go, hey, I fart 20
Well,
times.
and
a
you
day.
know
It could
his
be this
standard Taco Bell order is a bean burrito.
Yeah.
I do
This
love the
might
bean burrito.
explain
This I do love a bean burrito.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway, 20 times a day is a lot, dude.
I'm going to start logging my farts here.
I'm not 20, but I'm not 5. I can tell you that. I'm somewhere in between, like everything. The truth is somewhere in between.
I'm going to keep you up
Careful.
to date, Joey.
You start getting too enthusiastic, you're going to be logging your logs, all right? And we don't want any of that.
We should actually have him download the app.
I'll send you the documentation.
Anyway, on that scatological note, happy hour's next. Y'all stay tuned.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM.